I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. What up? When I was a little boy, I put my hood on my back. All eyes on me and nobody cut me no slack. While bowling up and down, that cold money was all I thought. And daddy was selling drugs, so it made me say fuck sports. Him teaching me the game, felt like he was passing the torch. In front of projects, I jumped off the stoop, not a port. My OGs was my idols, not no Meech or Rick Ross. And remember, to be a boss, life was always the cause. I carry Christ on my back, that's why they call me the cross. And whenever shit was rough, I just hustle and stay my course. And every time I pull myself back on my feet, digging my cleats. Every step I take, rip up the streets. A gun in a vest, some money and weed is all I need. When I hit the block, my mama started losing her sleep. To love a nigga like me is really not for the weak. I became a villain after that 100 bullets ate up my Uncle G. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I'm hands-on, my kids ain't raised by no iPad. I show up every day, if you a man, try that. Can't call yourself a man if you make a child and deny that.
Family, what's up with y'all? Welcome to another episode of Good Dad, Bad Son. We back on, what's this, Good Dad, Bad Son Friday. That's our favorite night of the week. It's different now, BJ.
What's up?
People actually be hitting me up talking about, yo, what we doing tonight? We on?
Yeah.
We on tomorrow? What we doing Friday?
That's what's up, man. I'm glad that people like it.
Man, we was talking to ourselves for a minute, but now they talking back. Cuz, what's good with you, bro?
Chilling, man. Another day, another dollar.
I ain't mad at you. What's up, Jazz? Jazz, first one in.
Jazz
Big
up.
Jazz.
Big Jazz.
Jazz be ready.
We got to get Jazz on.
Jazz like Ogden. Jazz like the Aga.
Her and Nora take us viral, bro. Swear to God.
Yeah.
How your week been, though?
Man, it been all right. It been straight, man. Same old story. Trucks in the shop and shit. I drove to Albany, Georgia, to take Lila to college. That was dope. That was the first experience for me too. I ain't realized how much of an experience it was gonna be for me. I never done that shit before.
Yeah.
I never even saw that before. You know what I'm saying? I can't even remember my first day in LIU.
For real?
Nah. I wasn't on dorm, so LIU was 15 minutes from my block.
Okay.
It's downtown
like,
Brooklyn.
You ain't really leave.
It's 5 stops, bro. I jump on the train, go 5 stops. It might not even be 5. Kingston, Nostrand, shit. It's probably 4 or 5 stops.
Okay.
Man. 15 minutes, man. I was, man, bro.
He's back in the hood every
I
day.
never went to LIU. It was too close. I don't remember it.
So you went and did the school thing in the morning and back on the block in the evening?
From the school to the corner. My books used to be on top of the. I left my books. In the book the thick ass book that was like $170 from the library, on top of the green thing, the green box thing, the light,
Yeah.
the shit that changes the light, walkway shit. I left my books up there and shit. I came out the next morning, didn't even realize I left it up there. Them books were still up there. Niggas don't read. Niggas
Ain't
don't
nobody
want
touching no book.
Hell no. Niggas ain't want that book. Them books were still up there, bro.
Not even
Banks in the
realize the
building.
book worth
Main in the
$200.
building.
Hey, what up, Banks?
What up, Cross?
Man, what up? Cross, what up? Yeah, LIU.
Cousin was good.
Too close. Huh?
I was telling cousin was good.
Oh, yeah, LIU was too close, man. We all went there. Me, Josh, and Frank.
All at the same time?
We went from Madison to LIU.
Okay.
Since freshman year. Yeah, I went to Madison. I didn't want to go to college at all. They the reason why I went.
They talked you into it. They must have had a basketball team.
Them and the judge.
That'll do it.
That'll do
LIU,
it.
yeah, LIU. Charles Jones and Richie Parker and them niggas went to LIU. Brooklyn.
No, I'm saying that's why you went.
I just went because it was right there, man. And the judge said I got to go to college, man.
What's up, Bree?
Remember, I was what up, Bree? What
Wes,
up,
what's
what up,
good?
Wes? Remember, I was just coming off of that case.
Yeah.
You know, the cab shit. So, and that was one of the stipulations. The judge was like, I had to graduate from high school on time and enter into a college. That was her 2 stipulations, bro. Now, I ain't giving you nothing until you graduate. She said, I want you to graduate. I want to see a diploma. And I want to see you enter into a college. And then, I'll give you probation.
Black lady judge?
White. Old white lady. Judge Judy.
Okay.
I wish I would have listened to. I wish I had listened to my first judge.
Old white lady.
She told me to go to job care. I ain't go.
Job Corps.
Job Corps, yeah, I ain't go.
So what happened?
I just wound up being on probation, then not going to that for a minute.
Job Corps was like jail too.
In more trouble. Yeah, no, it's not, nigga. Jail is jail. Job Corps is Job Corps.
I haven't heard that many success stories out of Job Corps.
Niggas be robbing and stealing,
come
and
home
fighting
pregnant.
and all
I
that.
can't say I ain't never been so.
It'd be nothing but retarded niggas in Job Corps.
I don't know. They was trying to send me. They was trying to send me out of state to Job Corps.
Way in Utah somewhere, some shit like that. Yeah, Job Corps niggas. That was always niggas escape out the hood. Job Corps.
Bree said she went to Job Corps.
I knew mad niggas that. See what I'm saying? I knew mad niggas that went to Job Corps.
Yeah, I only heard the
Cross
horror
said Job
stories.
Corps like jail. That shit like jail.
My grandmother, me and Cross' grandmother, mom, she took me to the building and everything.
That's a fact, Wes. Same old spill.
Just like the hood.
Hell yeah. You got to be real focused to get up out of Job Corps with something. Cause niggas ain't taking that shit serious.
That's why Trump took the funding, right?
That shit is. He did kill that joint. Right? Yeah, he did kill it. He did kill it.
Bree said she got her dental certificate from there.
He did kill it.
They go win.
Should have been a dentist. I ain't even know that.
So we got one great story out of Job Corps.
So what school you went to, Will?
For my nursing shit?
Yeah. So you didn't go to college at all?
No, I went to a bunch of colleges. I'd never finished none of them. I went to BOCES. Y'all got BOCES in New York?
Spell it.
BOCES.
No,
I never heard of it.
It might be
Maine might know.
Erie County thing. Yeah.
Maine might know.
Yeah, I played around in college. I went for to get the damn refund checks.
Nah, she ain't no dentist, West. She goddamn bottle girl.
If I'm not mistaken, my uncle Butter was the first person I ever seen go to college.
See, Maine, I said Maine might know. Yeah, both say in New York.
Maine know everything.
Hell yeah, upstate. Bank said upstate. See, I ain't know. What is that, like a nursing school?
They got a bunch. It's a school. It's a bunch of programs in that joint. It just ain't. It's a bunch of like vocational school basically.
Oh, it's like
Get
Job
trades.
Corps.
Yeah, Job Corps, but you take your ass home at the end of the day. No, it's dope though. I would love to duplicate that down here.
Oh,
I've
it
been
got
thinking
different
about
trades in it?
Yeah, mad shit.
I like a Job Corps.
Oh,
They got CNA, phlebotomy, LPN, mechanic, plumbing. They got all the digital stuff now since I graduated. You know, computer tech and cybersecurity and all that. They got a bunch of shit.
Not for nothing. I think Job Corps would have helped somebody like me because I would have been able to learn that I'm able to learn. That's what happened for me in jail. Once I was able to learn, I could get my GED and I could get my small engines and all that. I was pretty much good.
Okay. Yeah, it helps some people. We just don't hear from them. They once they get out of Job Corps and doing anything, they probably never mention Job Corps again. We only hear from the rejects.
It'd be 5 out of 500.
It's 5 out of 5.
Right, some niggas getting kicked out, smoking, stealing, getting pregnant.
Facts.
All them niggas from my hood, from my block that came right back home. Niggas ain't last 6 months. Niggas was up there trying to sell weed, all type of stuff.
Got to, because it'd be in the middle of nothing. So whatever you
I was
got for
saying,
sale,
niggas,
you gonna come
niggas
up.
be out there trying to take hard 8-ball out there with them and
I'm trying to make a nickel off
niggas
of
in the
8-ball.
town. Yeah, niggas is in the town. Ain't nothing but white people in the town. Niggas standing out like a sore thumb, boy. It's crazy.
Fuck around, catch a whole nother case out there.
No, facts. That's all I've been hearing about it. But from my students, most of my students went to Job Corps. Ain't dead shit out there.
Yo, man, let's get to it. Trump, man. Trump sending National Guards to D.C. What y'all think, man?
About damn time.
Feel, man.
Yeah,
It's about time.
when I first heard it, the initial heard of National Guard in one of our states was kind of crazy. Then I looked into it, and yeah, they were short 800 police officers anyway. All he did was balance it back out.
Mm.
And then I'm listening to what the people had to say. Old lady was like, "Man, I'm happy. There's no these criminals running around doing this, that, and the third." Then this small business owner guy said, "I was able to walk all the way down the block. I ain't hit smell no weed, and nobody was beating nobody up. The residents was happy, like Cross said.
Hmm.
So maybe he right.
Even if he wrong, something got to be done. We can't just keep talking about it. DC is horrible.
Niggas acting like DC ain't messed up.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah,
All the way.
I'm trying to get Zai up here. Zai was one of them niggas acting like that. Zai and his man Craig. We called Craig. Craig like, yeah, it ain't that much crime out there. Y'all niggas crazy.
Please.
DC
It's
off the
going down.
chain, bro. DC like Baltimore and Chicago and all that.
That's
Them
a
niggas
fact.
but the only thing I ain't like about it though is, does that set a new president? That's what he gonna do with if New York, Chicago,
I
Georgia.
don't care. Word up.
No, I think the governor
care.
gotta do it in the
They
individual
not gonna let
state.
him do it because DC
Yeah.
is a federal state. It's District of Columbia.
Mm.
It's not a regular state. So, he can't just up and send them niggas. They gotta be like a real state of emergency and all that. But
Man said doing better, but still trash. It's an experiment. That's what I look
they
at. We
mean?
can't keep doing nothing.
what's still trash?
The
Doing better,
National
but still
Guard in
trash.
DC.
Okay. The National Guard is still trash. What's
No, he's saying the situation. Him putting them in DC.
I don't see how. I don't get it.
I don't know what do you do to fix
Be more
it.
specific, man. What are you talking about?
Man, ain't you at the football game?
What are you talking about? Oh, I forgot. He went to the Collins Hill
Yeah,
one.
Collins Hill. Yeah.
I forgot about that joint. Damn, I forgot about that joint. But yeah,
Something got to be done, man.
DC.
I know the families of the homicide victims are probably like, damn, about time somebody doing something.
Yeah, so yeah, the people out somebody backstage, well, the people are
Man said crime is down, but it's still bad.
nah, man, the dude, they what you call it, let me see, I wrote it down. The DC
Hi.
police what up, Noah? The DC police commander
how
is
you
under
doing?
investigation now for making changes to the crime statistics, and Michael Polium and the police supervisors are manipulating the crime stats to make it look
What?
like violent crime went down. Cause all the people I've been seeing that live there is saying that. They like, yo, crime ain't going down. I don't know what they talking about.
I
Crime ain't
seen
going
one
down.
police officer came out there. I guess he was one of the National Guard. I like how he handled the other black guy. I just wish more police and black people
The
could
ones that was sitting
correspond
on the
like that.
stoop.
Yeah, the ones that were sitting on the stoop.
Yeah, Craig talking about, yo, the police out there harassing people. I'm like, where?
Nah,
Where?
nah, that's
I haven't
not what
seen it
happened.
yet. Then he brought that up. Yo, the guy was smoking a cigarette outside and he woke
Nah,
up.
they had a
Man,
good
they had a
conversation.
conversation, bro. There ain't no harassment. The guy
And the
used to,
white
them
dude was
niggas,
like, "Man, I'm sorry, I didn't have my flashlight. It was something lit. I didn't know what it was. I see you had a cigarette. It's all good." Da, 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 da. That
he
was
was like,
great
man, I don't even
communication.
care. He said, I'm not about to affect nobody's lives over smoking
Or
a
a
joint and
blunt,
none of
or
that.
drinking,
He said, no
having a
drinking
drink.
outside though. No drinking outside. Drink in your
Go
house.
outside, go on the
So
crib.
you on the stoop. I can see you smoking a cigarette outside. People don't want to smoke in their house, but
Right.
man, it was them niggas had a conversation. It wasn't nothing like that. It was about harassment, nigga. Nah, we used to get harassed. Nigga, we had stop and frisk in New York.
Facts.
That was a conversation. That wasn't harassment. He asked for their ID. They said no. The nigga said, nah, I live here. No. He said, all right, cool.
Okay.
The federal agent.
Yeah.
He said, all right, cool. And them niggas had a conversation. Where the harassment at? Them niggas hop out and throw us on the wall, nigga.
That's how I got my first
We
charge,
had stop and
trespassing.
frisk.
What up, A-Town?
Dude, that's my first charge. I trespassing. I came out my homegirl apartment building, and cop was just like trespassing.
Damn.
Word. And I live in the same project.
A-Town know the Adrian know them niggas was getting that stop and frisk shit in Jersey too.
Cross said they were stripping people in the middle of the projects back in the day.
Yeah, man.
I never got strict, but yeah, he was getting searched.
Yeah.
No, what's up? What you
Definitely.
think about them sending the National Guard in, no?
I just don't see the point. Like, I feel like it's a lot other, like, I don't get how he could just invoke a public emergency when there's no data to support it.
DC is a federal governed state, district of
Yeah, but
Columbia.
it's still obviously like, I don't even know, like, what purpose do you think this is actually serving? You think he really concerned about DC, which is at a 30-year low in crime? Like, you think he really worried about
Um,
DC?
I don't see that's the
Obviously,
point.
another
I don't
agenda.
care. I don't care if he's really concerned or not. For the next 30 days, the people's gonna feel safe. They're gonna know what it feels like to come out the house and be safe. The residents of DC are happy. Black people, they're happy. It's a
I
war
find
zone
that
out
very
there.
surprising.
DC is fucked up for real. So if these people can have the next 30 days of crime-free shit, whatever, they'll probably ask for more police. Now you'll get blacks, especially that's a Democratic city. You'll get more blacks that start requesting that shit. The mayor is thanking them for sending more help.
Now,
They're short-staffed already. They don't have police, and I don't know if you noticed or not. No, DC is a killing state.
and not only that, maybe it,
because it's not even that big.
and yeah, not only that, it might inspire some young black kids to be police in their own neighborhood.
Yeah.
Might get something out of that too.
I know the mayor
Not all
happy because
police
it ain't
bad
coming out of his
police.
budget.
Not all police bad
Her.
policemen. There's
I
got
don't
to
know.
be some good cops. I seen it with the federal guy. He was a good cop.
Listen. Anything. I don't need to know the purpose. He don't have to like black people. He don't have. It's those. That's irrelevant.
Right.
They there, making the streets safe. New York need that shit. L.A. need it. Baltimore, Chicago.
Some
You
parts
think,
of
you think
Atlanta.
people, you think
New
people in
Orleans,
Bed-Stuy
Atlanta.
you think people in Bed-Stuy and on Albany will benefit from increased police presence? Do you think they would feel the same way you're saying the people in DC feel?
Um.
I don't
All
even
right. So
think it's about
you
that.
talking about
No.
a block? I mean,
I said Bed-Stuy more generally and Albany specifically because you know that.
I would say
Right.
Brooklyn as a whole, I'm not concerned about what niggas on the streets care about more police presence. I'm concerned about the hardworking citizens of my neighborhood, of my block that go to work every day and have to walk past 30 niggas. And my mother was one of them. Shakora, she went through that. Her Day moms, Miss Darcell, may her soul rest in peace, and chemo moms. You know what I mean? Like, it was like a handful of working black women that you saw going to work on my block of people that it's probably like 500 people that live on that block. I could count the number of people that actually went to work every morning and came home every evening and had to go through my building. Used to have 20 niggas in the hallway
All day.
smoke, puff. We was in that bitch all day, bro. By the time my mom's and Miss Darcell and them walking in, that shit is a cloud of smoke. They pissed off. My mom's included. Nigga, flipping. My mom's came downstairs and poured ammonia around our feet.
That was she just posted. What she just commented.
See, I didn't even see it. Real talk. We was sitting on the radiators, bro. We was sitting on the radiator. I probably like 17, 18 or something.
Yeah.
We in the hallway. It was a morning, so it had to be like Saturday morning or something. It was a weekend morning. And she just came downstairs with the big gallon of ammonia and poured. And everybody sitting right here. And we watched it the whole time.
You was out there too?
Yeah, what you
Man,
mean?
hell no.
My feet was first. I'm looking at her like, yo, what's this lady doing?
She said everybody.
Listen, bro. It's ammonia. She ain't say nothing to nobody.
Right.
Nobody. People spoke to her and everything.
Yeah.
Niggas spoke. She ain't speak to nobody. She pouring ammonia right in front of our feet. And she went in the whole circle because we had two sides of the whole. We in the small part of the lobby, and it's two radiators. So it's like 3-4 niggas on this side, 3 niggas on that side.
She said
made
every
a
night.
circle of that shit. So we trying to play tough, and she went right back upstairs. So we trying to play tough. He like, fuck that. I said, yo, crack the door. Nigga cracked the door. We sat there for like another 5 seconds. That niggas is about to die.
Oh no, that shit strong, bro. That shit
shit
strong.
strong.
Everybody started choking. We fell out the building. Nigga said, damn, BJ, man, tell your boss chill. Nigga, I ain't tell her nothing, nigga. I ain't messing with that lady, man.
I can't speak for Brooklyn, but in our project, I think we knew who the cool grandmoms was and cool mothers was and shit like that. So those are the buildings and courts we stuck to. Like my grandmother, my pop's mother's building, ain't nobody trapping out of that one. Y'all crazy. Not that whole building not going for it. But if you go to my mom's mother building down the hill,
Different story.
different story. And
Yeah,
it it's
it'd be like you got some of the parents, but that should be fugazi too, because as soon as they son or grandson locked
off the
up,
porch.
they get to calling the police on you too. When they son or whatever is locked up, and we still out there, and they son or grandson not out there no more, they calling the police on us now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Man, the hood always been fugazi, bro.
yeah,
The
hood weird.
fakest shit in the world is the hood, my nigga.
Yeah, hood weird.
Real talk.
Definitely.
But I sent you a video, Will. My fault. Yeah, that was just, man, Miss Darcel used to curse us out, man. Niggas, they moms and my moms used to take turns, bro. Word up.
Miles, how much ammonia you went through a week? Because you talking about some every night. So they are.
She had a bill.
They still show respect and started calling me Miss Ammonia. Yo, I'm through. I'm through.
They must have never told BJ that shit.
I was there, nigga. Which part you missed?
I'm talking
I was
about calling
sitting
your
there.
moms Miss
I
Mom.
watched her
They was-
come down the steps with I ain't pay attention to the no shit in her hand. I ain't even pay attention to that till she started pouring it.
Nah, that's not what I was talking about. I'm talking
What's
about them
lady?
calling her Miss Ammonia.
What's this lady doing?
You ever heard him call her that?
Nah, I was probably gone by
Yeah,
then.
yeah, they was going about it.
Yo, that's
Red Dogs. Yeah, I remember the Red Dogs.
down here in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. The Red Dogs was rallying. The Red Dogs was rallying niggas.
What's that?
A group of detectives and shit, narcotics task force, just rallying niggas and selling drugs and taking niggas drugs and killing niggas and giving the drugs to another side of Atlanta. And Red Dogs was off the chain.
They finally got broken up when they killed that grandma, right?
Mm-hmm. They locked some of them up. Some of them got locked up and shit. Yeah, some of them.
They was in Gwinnett?
No, Atlanta, the city itself.
Atlanta. Yeah. We had the D's. Noah, what you sipping on?
What did you say?
What you sipping on?
I wasn't sipping on nothing. I was drinking water. Oh shit, my battery.
So I mean, how y'all feel about DC in the chat? How y'all feel about DC? I think I'm with it. I'm yay. I'm yay. DC. Noah. I think Noah ain't feeling that, huh?
I'm ambivalent. Like I just don't. I'm curious why this is actually happening. I feel like there's more to it than is being said.
To keep it real, the Jewish couple got killed back in May or something. Mm-hmm. They got killed. They were supposed to be going, but that was a direct hit. And then somebody else got killed. Like that was supposed to have a meeting in the White House. So, it was related to that for the most part, but I don't care what it's related to, man. I'll take it.
He probably having nightmares of the shooting, of his ear getting shot again.
For all of you who are, and I'm talking to not even y'all, I'm talking like to celebrities and stuff that's saying, oh, DC's not that bad. Oh, DC's not this bad. Like, if y'all don't live here, shut the fuck up. It's innocent kids getting killed by stray bullets. It's women and children getting slaughtered in fucking DC. It's elderly people getting slaughtered accidentally in DC. Like, no, DC needs help. Trump is doing what he's supposed to do. Mothers, get your kids in line. Play some games. Plan some trips. Get the fuck up out of DC. If that's the case, if your kids can't stay off the street, get your kid off the street. If your kid is between a baby and motherfucking 18, get something going with your child so they can stay off the street, and then they won't have to worry about the National Guard. Thank you, Trump.
I mean,
Yeah.
You agree with her take?
I do.
Sound like a mother with kids.
Yeah, I guess she's right. I don't know what the hell's going on in DC, but
But DC been
Most people don't know. Most people don't know. DC is messed up, man.
And then
hasn't.
the reports of crime is down because the cops being there, you know what I'm saying, pencil whipping it, not
Yeah,
reporting
plus,
certain stuff, downgrading certain stuff, so the numbers will add up at the end of the month. What up,
yeah,
B-Way?
I'm pretty sure if anybody here, your National Guard outside the block closed for a few days.
Nah,
Yeah,
niggas gonna be out there, D.
not smart niggas. It's naturally some niggas gonna be like, nah. Maybe some weed pushers, some nickel and dime niggas.
True that.
They brought the National Guard to New York, and I've never read more killings. I feel like all they're doing is stopping people from jumping the turnstile. There's a killing on the subway in New York every week, and they had the national. How many people they dispatched on the National Guard? All they let them do is start searching backpacks on the subway in New York. It's literally somebody getting pushed on the tracks like every week. I didn't feel like there was absolutely any improvement in New York. I don't know. And
Because
there's a lot of them in New
once
York.
again, New York is a Democratic city, so they're
Mhm.
they're gonna push back. If Trump was saying his first term, he wanted to send a National Guard into Chicago. I remember that. He wanted to send them into Chicago, and black people wasn't having it. Black people accept it. They need, it's like they need it. They need to see it. I don't know. They don't want to do better. They don't want better in their hoods. I don't know. I don't know I don't even have an answer for it. No, I just know they don't really want. They don't want to. They don't really want the street safe. They really don't.
Right.
Because Obama come from Chicago and he was the president for 8 years. He never said nothing about Chicago. Oprah is a billionaire up out of Chicago. She never said nothing about Chicago. Chance the Rapper got to go back to Chicago and try to help.
Right.
You know what I mean? These people don't care about Chicago.
You ready?
Yeah.
Understand it, and I don't think I ever will. Why the fuck is people that's not from the city saying DC's not that bad? Why is a nigga from Denver, Colorado saying DC's not that bad and Trump is just trying to be a dictator? Gang, DC is fucking like Gotham City, bruh. Like, y'all do not know. Y'all out of towners, mo. Mind y'all fucking business, bruh. 4 infants got killed in a month. This shootings every day. Carjackings every day. The city is fucking wild right now, bruh. And it might say it's the lowest it's ever been. That's because these niggas is not getting caught. There's so much shit going on. Y'all don't even know, bruh. I'm really recovering from getting shot in DC, gang. So for y'all out of towners to be like DC's not that bad and this shit don't need to be done, y'all don't know shit, bruh. Like, for real, y'all don't know shit, bro. What Donald Trump is doing right now, getting the homeless off the street and putting all these law enforcement people in throughout DC, that shit needs to be done good. I'm tired of fucking Gotham City, gang. I'm tired of that shit, bro.
That's why I call it.
I'm trying to go to U Street and not have to worry about running from fucking bullets, bro. I'm sick of that shit, gang.
No, he got a point.
That's a youth telling
I
you.
said one more.
That's the youth telling you. I ain't no old nigga.
Right.
That's weird. I mean, youth ain't. DC used to be bad since the 70s, right?
Forever, bro. Yeah.
That's wild.
What mom say? She said, "Oh, she's talking about the last video. Says she's right. What else can they do to stop these kids from killing each other like they're playing a video game?" Yeah, like I said, it might. Like I said before, it might not be the right answer, but it's better than continuing to do nothing.
It's crazy. We was pushed to go outside. Now we got to push our kids to stay inside.
Bro, you can't. You can't even pay these kids to go outside nowadays.
Don't want to.
Right. It's rough out
Oh,
there.
crazy outside.
You got the other one, Will?
Yeah.
They I don't see, and once again the black Democrats, they're you know, they're pissed off. They're mad.
But like the young boy said though, why out of towners got so much input about like
That's why I told Zai. I'm like, yo, I'm listening to the people that live there, that's there right now. The people that's there right now, I'm listening to them. I ain't listening to no nigga that live somewhere else and is calling home to talk to their family and nothing. No.
Right.
These people walking around their city right now talking about, yo, they're safe, they feel, they thanking Trump and this, that, and the third. That's what I'm listening to.
That joint too big, BJ.
For real?
That last one. Like it's 3 minutes.
We going down. Look at the chat. That's terrible. Told y'all do bad.
DC always been wild.
DC always been wild.
Immensely on them, man.
Wayne Perry got 30 murders, man. They
That they know about.
Wayne Perry
That
is
they
a
know
hero.
about.
Wayne Perry is a hero in DC. He done killed 30 niggas that they know about. And now in prison got a bunch of punks.
We sick, bro. He is a legend, ain't he, on the street?
Yeah, he a legend.
Wait, he not dead?
In prison with a bunch of punks.
He not dead?
And them DC dudes run the feds. Them DC dudes run the feds.
He's still alive?
Who, Wayne Perry?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. He not that old. Probably like 60 now. Ain't that old. He responsible for killing Demencio, Najee brother.
He was telling me.
What topic you got, Davon? I'm looking for something specific.
So John Gruden just won a $70 million lawsuit against the NFL, which doesn't seem like big news, whatever. It's just it was for emails. He got wrongfully fired from Oakland, but that's not really the news that it's about. Brian Flores also got a lawsuit against the NFL, but he's black. And his lawsuit is against NFL in Miami for pretty much the same thing, getting fired for just wrongfully fired, pretty much. Not to get into too many details. I don't think Brian Flores is going to get that bread
Who is
like
that?
John Gruden did. He's a black. Right now he's coaching in. I think he's coaching Houston, and he's doing good. But I don't think he's gonna get that bread out of Miami. Simply from,
You,
especially going against that badge. You know anything about sports?
Carl said Davon can't pick topics. No way, Jose.
Let them work. Let them work.
It be your own people, Davon.
It be your own people all the time, man.
Let them work.
That nigga can't go through a whole session without sitting on the toilet.
Uh-oh.
Let them work.
That boy ain't got no stomach.
All right, I just sent you that, Will.
That boy's stomach older than
Noah, what you
Kurt's.
got? Noah got something? I just sent you that Umar Johnson joint. Oh, Kurt in the building.
Morning, fellas. Hey, Noah.
I ain't gonna front, Cross. I'm about done with Umar, man.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I bet you
He was
are.
his last supporter.
I think I'm done with Umar, man. Yeah, matter of fact, yeah, I'm done with Umar, bro.
What did he do? He gave you what you needed.
You gonna see. You gonna see.
He fell off.
You went down to
I'm done
the.
with Umar, man.
That building was a fake, BJ.
I ain't gonna say he was a fake.
He said the building was.
Oh, the building was a fake?
That man took your money. I told you I only chose him 4,000 for an interview. We can get him up here. Look, talk to the man directly.
That's wild, though. Let me see. BJ got a clip for us. Here it come. What we got? No, that's young boy. Here we go.
Damn, man.
For unpaid vacant property registration fees. I repeat, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a lien to auction off the campus we bought, the campus we've been working on for 6.5 years. I was not notified of this. We were not notified of this. This past weekend, without an email, this past weekend, without a letter in the mail, this past weekend, without a phone call, the city of Wilmington put a notice on the door handle of both of our schools, informing me that if we don't pay the past due vacant property registration fees and outstanding utilities by the 25th of Black August, they will sell our campus. Brothers and sisters, can I ask you a question? Why were we not notified that they were going to try to sell our campus? Brothers and sisters, why are they trying to sell our campus at the very moment that our accounts are frozen? Brothers and sisters, is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that the city of Wilmington is trying to sell properties that we own and have been working on continuously behind our backs? They were going to sell our schools behind our backs. They didn't even tell us that they were going to try to sell our schools. We received no notice in the mail. We received no notice by email. We received no phone calls at all that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door handle. Somebody stole one set of notifications and sent it to the YouTubian struggle streamers. Somebody stole the Frederick Douglass High School paperwork off the front door and sent it to the struggle streamers. But luckily for us, Sister Ra Ebony was able to get the paperwork off the Marcus Garvey School before the haters stole that paper.
Go ahead, y'all go in. I ain't defending the nigga, man.
6.5 years is ridiculous, though. 6.5. You could build a city, bro.
I ain't realized it's been that long, Will.
You could build a whole city in 5 years.
I ain't realized.
Or less.
I ain't realized it's been that long. He should never even purchased it if he ain't have if he wasn't ready, man. You know what I mean?
Like
I never
Jazz
seen
said,
nobody work inside that building.
Dr. Umar had too many obstacles for one man to handle alone. It's disappointing for sure. He needed a team. I don't know, but this one man army shit
That's
is
an
dead.
excuse. That's an excuse because Jazz, if he wanted more people to help, there would have been plenty of people out there to help him. Nah, hell nah. You're giving him an out. No.
Yeah, see, one thing about me, I ain't like these Democrats or these Republicans. I jump ship quick, nigga. Once I see a nigga out of pocket, boy, he out of pocket, bro. You know what I mean? He out of pocket, man.
I mean, just last week he was asking for donations, wasn't he?
Exactly. This back to back, bro. You gotta get your life together, man. You tripping.
This whole thing, the notice they issued is because of 4 years of non-payment, $5,000 a year. So we're talking about $20,000.
How you not keeping up on that?
He does speak like where the hell is your money going? There's no way he hasn't made enough money.
And
he crowdfunds too. I'm sure people are giving him money.
Do just the donations. What about all the bread that you should have been putting to it toward out your own pocket? All these interviews and all these other
and the
things
books,
you take
he had like a couple books too. Like I'm sure people were buying his shit. It's not like he wasn't big enough to make money off of books and speaking engagements. Yeah, he must have been doing some dumb shit with his money.
Well, his
pussy.
It's either that or drugs. It's definitely a vice. Gambling,
I ain't gonna say that because he got women that are sleep with him for free. So I ain't gonna say that, man. And it ain't like you ain't gonna catch him in like luxury cars, bunch of jewelry on.
Yeah.
Even his nephew that was exposing him said, you know, he locks in. He don't come. He don't do nothing. He don't go out. He be in that house studying the you know what I mean, this and the third. It could just be mismanagement of money. His nephew did say he's nothing. He has no business about him at all. You know what I'm saying? All that education and knowledge with them books don't mean you're good in business
at all.
Don't mean you know what I'm saying? He like I think his downfall is not having a team and not having a trustworthy team.
Okay, if that's the case, but you could build a team, B.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Can't just build a team. If it was that easy, then everybody.
I would have one.
Yeah, you can't just build a team. Yeah,
I think
can't
you
just
just
build a
need an
team.
accountant to start with, like for the type of problems he's having. You can't pay 20,000 for property
The
registration,
first
and
thing
you
he
have
needs.
he's made one
My
point.
bad, no.
Some sources suggest he received 1.7 million in public donations since 2014. Others estimate he collected more than 4 million in funding up to 2025. And one source mentions that he said he received $1 million just for the FDMG Academy. Like, you can't pay 20,000. I don't think I don't know. It's some weird shit going on. I don't think you even.
This is what I don't understand. I mean, and I mean, this is really common sense. Everybody know when you buy something, you got to pay your taxes. You got to pay your taxes on things, your personal property taxes. And if you don't, they gonna take it.
Sounds like a criminal investigation is coming next.
That's 101. He should have had a lawyer. That's what he definitely should have had. As much as he talk about the white man and against the white man, first thing he should have did was get a lawyer, a good lawyer, a good
He's
lawyer.
too educated not to.
That's the best
Didn't you
thing
tell
that
me he
Trump
had a
and them got.
doctorate?
The best thing that Trump and them got, and Bezos and all these dudes got, they got top notch lawyers, man. They got lawyer beasts. You know what I mean? He should have got a lawyer first.
Have you seen this video of Dr. Umar talking about his decision to return donations to white supporters, explaining the importance of economic independence and community empowerment? So you only take in donations from black people, and that's how you're empowering black people? Are you giving white people their money back? Like, that shit doesn't even make sense.
I don't see nothing wrong with that.
How does that make sense? You're gonna empower your community by taking your community's money?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think that's
I
empowering at
don't
all.
see easily, because the black community is the number one spender in America. We spend trillions of dollars a year. So if we could give it to the Asians and everybody else, the Arabs and the Latins and the Chinese and all that, Jamaica, well, I ain't gonna put them in it. But if we could spend our money basically on liquor, hair, luxury items, and cars,
Just entertainment.
we could give $50, $100 to Umar Johnson that's building a school, bro. I'm not mad at the $100 I donated to his school. I'm not mad.
Yeah,
at
but
that.
what's the rationale in returning white people's money to them? How does that empower your community?
We don't need their money. We don't need it. That's the rationale. He wanted to be black. He just the same way he don't take money from the government. You know what I mean? You're not
Or
taking
give
money
money
from
to
white
the
people.
government, apparently.
I don't see
Other
nothing wrong
great
with that,
black
man.
leaders, other great black leaders had white people fight alongside them. So
That don't got nothing to do with
I don't
money,
know.
finances, building something.
He seems
today's
financially
age,
immature.
All
but in
right, so tell
today,
me the great leader you talking about. Name one.
Malcolm X,
Malcolm X ain't
Martin
take
Luther
no money
King,
from no white people.
He barely took money, period.
That
Martin Luther
you
King
starting off
definitely,
wrong.
Martin Luther King definitely did.
Okay, so Martin Luther King was big on integration. Umar is not on integration at all. He ain't messing with that at all. So
I just feel like
you can't put all black leaders in the same pot.
if we're gonna use the bread for something good, it shouldn't be about skin color. We using the bread for something good.
You're missing the point. The black people, when you building a black community, it has to be built by black people. There's nothing wrong with that. If we could spend trillions of dollars a year on liquor, and punk ass $1 million, $2 million with Umar Johnson ain't nothing, man. Nothing. On that hair, fake hair and all that, the hair industry and alcohol are the number one receivers from black people money.
He say that
The
in
black
damn near all
community
his
money.
videos. Mercedes-Benz
the
and
number
Jordans.
Hair and
diamonds
and alcohol. You know what I'm saying?
and jewelry.
Yeah, that's rappers and shit. That ain't
I'm trying
everybody.
to- It ain't that
You
every
talking
day.
about the black as a whole, working people, poor people, middle class black people are gonna hit that liquor store.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna hit that. The women, all of the black women, in all of them, they're gonna hit that hair and nail salon. That's where our money is going to as a whole. So for Umar Johnson to say, I mean, we've done it. We've done it before. Them Black Wall Streets wasn't built off of white people money. We done this already. Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with it.
You want this video?
Yeah. Oh, the reason
Think
why.
Umar was just the wrong person.
The reason why I'm gonna play this first. This was interesting to me, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I chose this video. I just saw this the other day.
And for them not to give you food and water because you're black on the roof, man, that's a hard pill to swallow. The helicopter will fly over us and read the little thing and fly up. They're like, oh, they come and get us. But then they flew over me for a couple of days reading my sign on the roof, and they wasn't trying to do anything. But I saw them rescue all the white people at the building behind the American camp. I said, man, hopefully I'm not right, but let's get all the black people off the roof. All the white people in the wheelchairs on the top of the roof. I said, I hope I'm not right. 15 minutes later, gave me whatever I need. 15 minutes. I said, man, I got 60 elderly right now. If we don't get them out here, it's gonna be a morgue in here. So they lifted off the roof. The people who were able to walk around or whatever, I shuttled them to the bayou where the helicopters were picking people up. I didn't do it by myself. I had 12 people that helped me get all this together. And I didn't know I was gonna have to like organize this rescue and make it happen. But I wound up evacuating and helping 244 people get rescued out the American camp.
John Kell, I can't say enough about that brother. He could do it all.
So the reason why I was like, I like that video because when this DC shit happened, a lot of people were saying that the only reason why Trump is doing that because them white people got hurt. A white man got killed or something, carjacked, robbed, or whatever. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about the reason why he's doing it. You know what I mean?
Had to be done.
I don't care about it. If that was the reason, so be it. But we're too emotional. And I keep telling people, like, yo, this shit, life is really a chess game. You have to use what you have to get ahead. You know what I'm saying? You make the moves. You take what they give you, and you make your move. And that's a clear-cut example, and that's a real intelligent elder right there, that black man who was on the roof in a life-threatening situation. A lot of people died during Katrina, bro. That ain't no joke. That wasn't no, you know what I mean? If it wasn't for him, all them people would have died in that building. Right. 200-something people he saved using his fucking brain, not being emotional. Oh, they going to get all the white people from the other building. You know what I mean? It's not fair. That's what most people gonna do. Sit on the roof and complain about what they doing. Not that black man. You know what he did? Yo, get all the black people off the roof, bring all the white people on the roof, and let's get them down. When he got the helicopter down and them people came in, he let them see all the white people. Yo, we need to get these people born. And then when they came back to rescue them, he got everybody else on board. You know what I'm saying? He saved 200-something people. Nice. Using his brain, bro. We gotta use our brain. We too emotional, man. Men too. Men is super emotional. Black men now, 2025, super emotional over Trump, bro. Trump got y'all niggas in y'all feelings, man. For real, it's disgusting. That's why I played that video.
No, that was smart.
If y'all caught that, he's a beast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was dope for that.
Super dope. Saved hundreds of lives. Oh, we could jump into this the what you call that? Gerrymandering?
Gerrymandering.
Yeah, so what y'all think about that, man? The Dems is crying that they losing seats and this, that, and the third, and another chess game. It's another chess game, just a different board.
You talking about them Democrats that fled town to
they're so useless. Really, like I've seen a few. Actually, I got a video of one. Okay. But the Democratic Party are just a bunch of useless, educated black people. Useless. Not doing anything useful, not doing anything beneficial to their party. Their whole campaign right now is based on we gotta fight against Trump. Everything is about fighting against Trump. Do something to help your city. All of them.
They ain't concerned with that.
Do something to help your city. What happened to that? I don't see none of them talking about helping a city. None of them. None of them. Jazz said, fair enough.
No, her and Cross going back and forth about Dr. Umar. They got their own show going.
Umar done. I got a clip for y'all. Umar done. So yeah, they got messed up. They was talking about leaving, and then they were supposed to be boycotting. First of all, they could lock them up or something.
That's why they left. That's why they left the state, so they couldn't get arrested.
Yeah, so they could lose their seats and get locked up and all this other silly shit. Like y'all playing silly games. Y'all playing childish games, man. These Democrats are playing childish, retarded games, man. But I sent you a video, Will. I listed 3 people in the family chat that's cancerous to the black community. Old people, like Davon said, the elderly black people.
They in the way,
the educated black people, and the black organizations, these black activists, these fake activists and all that. All 3 of them.
Agree to all 3 of them.
They in the way.
In the way.
Is Black Lives Matter truly a black organization, though?
They're gone. Where they at? It's over with.
Who?
Black Lives Matter.
It's over with.
Who?
Oh, okay.
And then I had a discussion with someone, another educated person, about Black Lives Matter. Trying to convince me that Black Lives Matter and Black Panthers is damn near, similar in any way.
That's a slap in the face to the
That's
Panthers.
what I said. That's exactly what I said, Will. That's disrespectful. I'm gonna let this play.
All right. Go ahead.
That's disrespectful to the Black Panthers, man.
That's wild.
I want to hear their argument, though, how they think so.
Chess move, Unc.
Let me see. All right.
Chess move. Checkmate. That was checkmate, Unc. He checkmated them.
Tonight, the fight to redraw the political map in Texas is escalating.
We're never giving up, and we're never bending the knee. Are you with me?
With a rally against the state's redistricting push and 4 Democrats who fled the state to stop it.
We can't do it without you. I know your hearts are with us.
Texas Democrats on the run, appearing virtually as they try to block their Republican colleagues from creating 5 new GOP congressional seats.
A few moments later.
Democrats just announced plans to end their walkout and come back to Austin. House Democrats left to deny Republicans a quorum, which has delayed any voting on redistricting. They released a statement saying they'll return to Texas on 2 conditions. The legislature ends its first special session, which is already set to happen tomorrow. And state lawmakers in California introduced a proposal to offset the 5 congressional seats Republicans would add in Texas.
And if you didn't want to fight, then goddamn it leave. Let somebody else in that position.
Listen to this nigga.
Because what we are talking about is a battle that's generational. What we are talking about right now, go to my iPad, the United States Supreme Court is going to reconsider the congressional district in Louisiana, and they literally are going to rule against race-based congressional districts. And I need all of y'all to understand that what is on the ballot is they could wipe out with one goddamn ruling more than 30 black congressional seats. That means right now the Congressional Black Caucus is the largest caucus in the United States Congress, and this Supreme Court could literally wipe out half of the damn Congressional Black Caucus.
Boy. So we got to talk about this epic meltdown.
Some more fear mongering, bro. I don't even see what's his point. You know what he talking about, Kurt? No? Y'all know what he talking about?
What I do know is normally they do the redrawing of congressional maps once a decade when they pass around. Once they pass around the census forms, that's when they count the growth of certain districts.
Right.
I don't know what rationale the Republicans decide to mid-decade to decide to redistrict, probably because of the midterms is coming up. So That's what they mean by gerrymandering. They changing the maps so that instead of, you know,
No, I know what it is. I'm just saying, what was the point?
what's the point is that, you know, they need to fight for their congressional seats. Other than that, they won't have a seat in Congress.
Why they didn't fight the other times?
They did.
Who they was fighting? Because to my knowledge, the Democrats is the one that was doing the redistricting, last time in 2010.
But they did.
It was actually started by a Democrat.
But what I'm saying, they did it when after the census forms. They did it you know, once they got the numbers back from the census, that's when they do the redistricting. I don't think it's ever been a time. I think it was one other time that I think the Republicans try to do it mid-decade, and the Democrats walked out again on that one. And it's all in the courts. Because they're not supposed to do a redistricting until right after they get the census back. Because the census count the amount of people that's in a certain district.
Man said he's saying to him, it sounds like he's saying the Dems shouldn't have left the state.
Yeah, they messed up anyway. That was dumb. From you do your job regardless to what you're supposed to vote. you gotta vote and do your job.
It's not about your personal feelings. It's about what the public. Not about that's why these. That's why I hate religion. I hate politics. I hate all. Man. So all these people. At the end of the day, people be having personal feelings, and that's a prime example of it right there. To walk out and not do your job at the end of the day for what's best for the public and what they voted for is crazy.
I don't see nowhere where it's a certain time.
Yeah, it is. It's always been every 10 years. I don't think it's a law. I was trying to find out where that comes
That's
from.
what I'm looking for, Noah.
But it's just there's no precedent for doing it in the middle of the decade.
So the people.
So go ahead, Will. My fault.
No, I'm saying the people who walked out, they fit 2 of the 3 categories you just described: old, educated.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Not, they didn't seem too old. Definitely educated.
Okay.
Yeah, it definitely says every 10 years. So this is my thing. If it's every 10 years, why not stay and just go through the process? Because he obviously, if it's supposed to be every 10 years and we mid 10 years, he won't be able to do it. So why are they running?
Well, they able to do it because they have a majority in the House that would vote to do it.
Oh, so that's not a law that they got to wait 10 years.
I think it is.
I mean, if it's a law, then
I don't think it's the law. I think
they're gonna change the law and then do it. And let me ask you this, right? Never mind that. Why are they so worried about the redistricting? If it's done all the time, they do it all the time. Why are they so worried now about it?
Because they don't want it in their favor. They want it out of their favor.
No, because if they do it before the 2026 midterms, and if they set the precedent that they can do that in Texas, and then other states follow suit and start doing the same thing, it could have effects for a lot longer. Like Republicans could just have control for, I think, until 2035. Like the Democrats won't be able to reverse it. These things, like once, I'm trying to see, is it 2035?
Well, the Democrats was just in charge of everything, the House and all that, before Trump got back in there. They'd be all right.
No, but it's like, it just depends on, so Republicans already control the Supreme Court, which is like the most important thing in my opinion. And then I don't think Democrats right now, their only power is in swing states, and it's going to take away that power basically because the court is controlled by Republicans. I don't see what Democrats have right now. Like Trump is just trying to do this before the midterms because it'll really increase the Republicans.
if this was if I was Team Democrat, right? If I was running a campaign, I would tell whoever, Mayor Eric Adams or the mayor of Chicago, but yo, listen, man, that's some bullshit, bro. Like we need to focus on Mayor of Chicago. We need to focus on Chicago. Let's focus on Chicago. You too busy trying to fight Trump, and you're not winning because while you're fighting Trump, the people looking at you like you bugging too because you got all these illegal immigrants here. The schools done lost money, and people broke, and these niggas is still out here killing each other. Every day. A dude just got killed on Facebook Live yesterday, the day before yesterday.
Yo, glad you brought that up.
So the mayor of Chicago is so busy fighting Trump like everybody else, except for the mayor of D.C., which surprised me, especially her being a woman. So we got women more logical than men. Black women being more logical than black men.
Say it ain't so.
On the Democratic side. Yeah, that black woman from D.C., she thanked Trump and said, Trump, yeah, I need help, which was the smartest. So now, Trump gonna give you whatever you need.
I'm about to say, ain't no sense in fighting him when you need his help.
Now you can ask him for anything. Yeah, I need this too.
Exactly. You gotta play the game, bro.
Matter of fact, the homeless people, we gotta keep these homeless people out the streets. I need $40 million.
Cross said she was fighting at first.
I ain't see it, man. Send me the video, Cross. Send me the video.
Bree said Chicago is a war zone. Been a war zone.
And if that could be possible, Cross, because she do got to try to stay with her people. You know what I mean? Because this is some gang shit. Democrats versus red and blue, blood and crip. You know what I mean? But, I mean, she's on board, bro. She's on board now. You know what I'm saying? And it only makes sense. If I was on the Democratic side, man, I would be telling whoever was my boss, listen, man, it don't make sense to keep fighting this man. We're losing. Right. You're losing votes. They're going to go. All these states are flipping red. Not because of Trump, because of their leaders.
The leadership.
Yeah, because of the leadership. The leadership ain't doing nothing. I'm telling you, the thing that hurt the Democrats the most was the illegal immigrants. When Biden opened up them borders in 2022. That's the thing that killed them. That killed the party right there. And then the transgender LGBTQ stuff after that. But you play that video on, Will.
I just heard something about that in school that broke my heart. I didn't know they was doing that. My little cousin came and said the boy was dressed like a girl.
What you saying? What's up, Van?
My little cousin came home from school today and said the boy had a tank top shirt on and the tight pants, the spandex pants and all that.
Yeah.
10 years old.
Is for Congresswoman Crockett. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your thoughts on the map. I hear you. I understand. But you did mention something in your testimony that I think is worth drawing out a little bit on. You mentioned previously the two Anglo seats from before.
Yes.
Who are currently in those seats?
One of them is Lloyd Doggett and the other one is Wesley Hunt.
And does that mean one is a Democrat seat and one is a Republican seat?
Correct.
Okay. So the Democrat seat elected a white man.
Yes.
And the Republican seat elected a black man.
Yes.
Okay. And then so today you're concerned about the new Anglo seats, and the assumption that you're making is that it's going to lead to more Anglo representation.
It is.
Okay.
Because so to be clear, because I may have not been clear, these seats are not about who gets elected. They're about who gets to choose who is elected. And so, my district, while it is an African American opportunity seat, it is an opportunity for African Americans to choose their representation. But they don't have to elect a black person. We have a similar seat in Memphis, Tennessee, that historically was always represented by the Ford family. Harold Ford Sr. and Harold Ford Jr. had it, but now it is a white man that is representing that black seat. So it's not about the faces of the seats. It's about who gets to choose who's in the seat. And that doesn't mean that they're going to choose their own race. As you see, two Anglo majority seats, one went for a white candidate, one went for a black candidate. It's not about us as candidates. It's about the people that get to do the choosing.
Well, I would argue that based on the testimony that we've heard over the last week or so, it's both. We're hearing racism all over the place. We're hearing people want to choose people who look like them, which apparently has been happening. And I just wanted to make it clear that, something that has not been said yet is that there are minority Republicans. I mean, there is a Black and Hispanic Republican on the dais. And so I just don't think it's fair to just assume that the Anglo districts are going to lead to more Anglo representation.
Again,
but those were your words, so I'm just
I apologize if that is how it was interpreted, but my clarification is that when we're
Jasmine Crockett again. She whatever, but it just don't be making no sense. What up, Nadia?
Hi guys.
It really don't be making no sense. So she's their complaint is that the more Anglo seats they have, the less Black people is gonna be in Congress. Is that what they trying to say? Kurt or Nadia? Y'all represent.
I mean,
I think she was just.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say I didn't really get to see the full length of the video, but I mean, when we're talking about having more Anglo-Saxon representation, that means that there's less representation for. There's only so many seats in the House of Representatives, so basically, if you have more white.
Are you off my other phone? I'm woke. I'm sorry.
If you have more white seats or Anglo-Saxon seats, then that means you're going to have less minority representation overall. Because it's not like they add more seats. That doesn't change.
All right.
Cross said he don't need a Black person in office to feel represented.
Man, I agree, Cross. I agree. And not only that, look at what happened though. And that was a great point old girl brought up. The Democrats have voted in Lloyd Doggett, a 78-year-old white man.
Ooh, white boy.
Yeah. The Republicans brought in Wesley Hunt, a 43-year-old Black man, Army vet. So they trying to use race.
So there's no racist argument here.
There's no racist argument here.
No argument.
The Republicans voted for a Black man, Wesley Hunt, brought him in, gave him the seat. 43-year-old Army vet, Wesley Hunt, in Texas. The Democrats put this old white man in there, 78-year-old white man in there. Lloyd Doggett.
It's like she couldn't understand what the Black girl was saying. The Black girl was saying, no, we're not voting for who's in this seat. We're voting for the people to have a vote for the seat, no matter who's best value the seat. I don't care if they're Black, white, Asian.
It still don't make sense. Go ahead, Nadia. I said you have it.
I was just gonna say I don't disagree that you can't have other people of different colors, nationalities, and races or whatever represent your ideologies or political beliefs and viewpoints. Like, yeah, I'm sure there's some white men and women and people of other disparities that think and align with the things that I do, but I do think that our government should representation of what America looks like, which means it should have Black people, it should have white people, it should have women, it should have men, it should be a reflection of what we overall look like, not just disparagingly more white.
I just think they too worried about that.
Well, the issue that you have is if you have, I think every culture and I think all people have different types of political viewpoints. Like, I think Black communities think a little differently than some white communities, and white communities might think different than Latino communities. And we have a lot of commonalities, but we also have differences, which is the importance of having people that represent different communities, because I think it's important to have different thought processes and say-sos when it comes to policies and laws and everything in between. If you have a majority white rule, then basically it's going to be predominantly more so what they align with, opposed to what might be beneficial for other communities outside of that. Which is why our framers said no taxation until equal representation. They felt as though it was that important to have representation in government, or that they didn't want to pay taxes at all.
Hey, Will, I just sent you a video. That's Nadia video. Nadia wanted to bring this up. But as far as that, that redistricting, whatever, I think it's just a waste of time. I think the Democrats should just sit there, take their lick, if they're gonna take a lick, and just worry about their job. What happened to their jobs? What is Jasmine Crockett's job? What is her job? I see her on on in front of a camera every day, just talking about Trump.
But isn't that what a political figure does? They talk about
No, I thought they
policies.
had jobs to do. Like, what is her job? Her job is to talk.
Yeah. Well, Obama talk, Trump talks. They
No,
talk.
they haven't. Trump and Obama was actually doing stuff. They're trying to do something. Even the stuff I didn't agree with Obama, he still was doing stuff. Trump is trying to get stuff done. This nigga just met with Putin. You know what I mean? He just sent the National Guards into D.C. Like, this job. What is her job? We don't even know her job is. Y'all don't even know what her job is.
Yeah, I mean, House of Representatives are supposed to be they're supposed to listen to their whatever their specific state is. They're supposed to be taking in calls, taking in concerns from their people within their state, and also talking and speaking and representing in these forums, which she does all the time. That's where you get a lot of these clips talking amongst her peers about what the everyday people in Texas, or specifically the people that are calling her and made her a representative, what they think should be done in their state. So her being on camera or representing her beliefs and what she thinks is best for her people or fellow Texans, that is her job.
Yeah, nah, I don't see her talking about that. That was my point. I don't see her talking about
So
what's
her
best.
talking about Trump and the government, and when she's a government person, or not a government person, but a House of Representative, isn't her job.
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying I don't see her talk. What you just said, I haven't seen her talk about.
If you
All I see
look
her
at,
talk about is Trump.
but that's what you feed yourself into doing. I've seen other things that she's been a part of that she's talking
Like what?
about legislation.
As far as what? What you mean?
Like
What she
she's
was
talked about certain bills, or like talked about concerns that have been on the House Representative. I don't think it's floor is what they call, but when they're talking about certain things, because they're going back and forth between the Democratic House Representatives and the Republican
Do you remember
representatives.
anything she brought to the floor that was about her city or her district or whatever? Like what was it?
I think one specific video that I seen had to do with I think it was more funding, but I would have to find the video for Texans.
You got some help right here. Andrea P said Jasmine is doing what she's paid to do, represent her constituents. How is this a waste of her time? Because she's about to lose her job.
Hey, Auntie.
And I don't think so.
She's about to lose her job.
If she was gonna lose her job, if she was gonna lose it regardless. In my personal opinion, though,
Yeah,
Texas.
she's about to lose her job. That's why I'm saying it's a waste of her time. I don't see the Democrats, not just her, not just Jasmine. I'm not gonna pick on just Jasmine. All of them. They're not getting anything done. Davon, mute your joint, bro. Mute it. Yeah, well, mute them. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. Well, what you're saying, other Democrats? I apologize. Go ahead.
No, I just said all of them. I don't see anybody doing anything. I don't see nobody working. I see everybody. All the Democratic leadership is talking about Trump, and everybody have problems in their districts, in their cities, all across America. All they doing is talking about Trump.
Yeah, I mean, because he is the president of the United States, and he's the person that's overturning part of the things that weren't, like, when we're talking about legislation, or we're talking about specific things like gay marriage. That's something that's new on the table. Roe v. Wade, whatever the fuck. These things are overturned because of his political ideology and his party. So yeah, they're talking about these things because they're being reversed.
Yeah, the people don't care about gay marriage. What was the other thing you said?
That's a fucking false statement. Maybe you don't, but I do.
Yeah, but you're not part of the people.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You're not part of the
I'm
people.
part of America.
No.
Don't. No. We're not doing that tonight. No.
When you go, we talking about Jasmine. So you're not in Texas. You're not part of the people in Texas.
Okay, but I'm sure there's
So,
people in
you know what I mean?
Texas who do care. They obviously voted for her because they felt like there was something missing within their local government. They obviously didn't want a Republican, so they picked her for a reason. So therefore, there is a part of that community that is not being spoken up for that probably does want the things that you don't care about.
Nah, because if that was the case, y'all would have got Kamala in there. Because Kamala was speaking up like you speaking up for the gay community.
No, not necessarily.
Y'all would have had Kamala. If if the people of America cared about what you cared about, Kamala would be in office. If the people of America cared about what you care about and what Kirk care about and what Noah care about, Kamala would be in office.
No, if people were more educated in America, there would be a different.
See, now people got to be
So
educated.
now we
I
not
told y'all
educated.
people, look, chat. What I told y'all, chat.
It's the
Educated black
educated ones.
folk, old black folk,
Old people.
and the black activists and all that. If people in America were educated, okay, so people got to be educated to know that they don't want this motherfucker in office because of the stuff she's saying or what she's done shown. That they want this person in office because of what he's saying and how educated you got to be to make a vote.
You have to be able to critically think for yourself.
Okay.
Majority of the people that vote aren't educated.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
It's been like that the whole time. So when Obama was in there, it was a bunch of uneducated people that voted also.
No, I mean, somewhat, yeah. But I would argue to myself right now. I say that I think if I'm not mistaken, the education or the reading level, literacy level in America is 5th grade, the average, which tells me that most Americans, because also too, when you're talking about the fact that most Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, we're talking about 67% of Americans who are living paycheck to paycheck, and then I think about 37% or 30% of Americans who can't afford a $400 expense if something was to need an emergency. If you're constantly working and you're not educating yourself, then yeah, you're not going to be aware of the policies that are happening. You're not going to be aware of the things that are going against you. You're not going to be aware of the things that you need to be educated on, so that you're going to make a practical vote that you think because you're talking to random people without actually educating yourself.
So what was the practical vote you made?
Huh?
What was the practical vote you made?
I made a decision that I think Kamala Harris was the better vote to make as a president, because I felt as though, although I didn't agree with everything that she stood for, I thought that she represented most Americans well, and that the things that I care for.
Why did you vote for
her? Healthcare, because I believe she had better stances on healthcare.
I never even heard her talk about healthcare. I don't even remember her talking about healthcare.
She, as a vice president, her and Biden were working on making sure that medical expenses were affordable, because they were skyrocketing, like insulin for instance. She made sure that it was possible to keep those things affordable for most Americans who didn't have coverage with insurance, and now that's going out the window.
Okay.
Hey, BJ, I'm gonna keep it a bean, BJ. I think Obama tricked people, black people. Because before Obama was president, I ain't hear nobody black caring about nobody politician and stuff. And then Obama said vote or die. Like if somebody was gonna die, if somebody else became in office, and now all of a sudden we care about these politics. None of these politics are made for us to care for us. Y'all are, I believe it's a trick.
Why would
Not
it be?
Hey, Andrea, who you talking about, Andrea? I read your Kamala or Jasmine? Kamala.
I don't believe I don't believe Obama has what we have best in interest. I don't believe Bush or Biden or none of them do. None of them. They only care about what's good for them.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, so the three.
I agree with BJ. The best thing is the chess move, man. You let them make their move and you make yours.
I done read all 3 things of what Andrea just said, right? At least she gave me an explanation. But the people don't care about none of that. None of that. Her political stances and priorities include civil rights and justice. She has dedicated her career to public service with the goal of serving justice and ensuring equality for all. That's Kamala?
Yeah.
Public defender and civil rights attorney has focused.
She wanted to lock people up.
Civil rights attorney and has focused on social justice, discrimination, and equal rights issues, voting rights. She has been a national voice for voting rights at the state and federal levels. She has advocated for policies that would modernize and expand access to the ballot, including automatic and online voting registration, vote by mail for all eligible voters.
Yes.
Yo, man, yeah, that don't mean nothing.
Don't mean
That's
nothing.
a bunch of nothing. That's a
Ah,
bunch of nothing,
You
man. I
can
ain't gonna lie, bro. I
tell these
don't know what else to
motherfuckers
say.
anything in the world, and it's always gonna be nothing.
yo,
On agriculture, is she talking about Kamala for real? She has also served on the House Committee on Agriculture and the Select
all short for she wanted
Subcommittee
to
on the
lock people up.
weaponization of the federal government.
But this is a
Short for
prime.
she wanted to lock everybody up.
So this is a prime.
That's not true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is a prime example though of exactly what
She's
I was
not a
saying.
police officer. Police officers lock people up. She was just a prosecutor doing her job
Oh, she
to
was talking about
prosecute.
you're
Jasmine. See,
wrong.
ho. Okay,
You're
let's stop.
wrong.
Let's stop. She
No,
was
he
talking
was
about
talking about
Jasmine. She's not talking about Kamala. Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right. Because I was confused. I was definitely confused. All right. Okay.
I was just addressing the fact that my brother man was saying that Kamala Harris was just focused on locking people up. She's not a police officer. Police officers lock you up. She was a
Okay.
prosecutor, and so she just defended the law as it is written. You know what I'm saying?
Kurt,
She
you was
just did
locked
her
up before?
job. Huh?
Kurt, did you go to the military?
Yeah,
You went to prison?
sure did.
And who locked you up?
The police.
Yeah, okay. You keep going.
Okay,
You
who
keep
locks
going.
you up? Who puts handcuffs on you? It's the police that put handcuffs on you. District attorneys are the people that prosecute the law. Kamala Harris wasn't out on the streets blocking up these bomb motherfuckers that was breaking the law.
I got you, Andrea. Andrea, you must be behind a little bit, but I got you. Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
was
saying?
confused. I got
I
you.
get what you're saying.
So it's just like the same. Speaking of which, military or police officers, I wanted to talk to
Andrea,
BJ about that.
Auntie, okay.
The black man that got killed as a police officer, but spent so many years as a military man, didn't die. Got as a police officer and was dead within a year,
I see you,
serving
Andrea.
his community.
Auntie, my family from Durham. We right next door to each other. Yeah.
So it's a big difference between a
I don't
prosecutor.
like the fact that she prosecuted homeboy and hid evidence, and homeboy got locked up, almost got a 20-year sentence or something. But she held evidence and all that. Homeboy, they end up finding homeboy, dismissing the case and letting him out after like 5 or 6 years or whatever. Kamala spearheaded that. She was the prosecutor on that. Held evidence and everything.
A lot of prosecutors do that.
I mean, we know that, but we talking about
That
Kamala.
make it right?
Because she sold for black
No,
people.
it don't
That was
make
a
it
black
right.
man. But I'm
That's
saying
not
But
what
she
you
she,
sold
said.
for black people, and that was a black man she sent to jail. Then she sent a black woman to jail for truancy, for her kids' truancy. Then she sent black people to jail for weed.
well,
And then
that was
turned
the
around
law.
and said she smoked weed.
You could. I'm very confused. But see, this is a conversation that's broader than that, because why do we feel as though politicians, for whatever reason, aren't capable of making mistakes or aren't capable of being human to some capacity? Yeah, Obama also smoked weed. I'm sure Trump has done a ton of things as well, if I had to take an educated guess. But at the end of the day, as a prosecutor, she was not doing those things. And if that's the law and you broke the law, then that's what happens. Realistically, I don't buy into this thing that just because I'm black, that means that I'm supposed to be like, oh, you shouldn't lock up black people. Da, da, da. And if she did something wrong, then be accountable. Yeah, she did something wrong, but also she done a lot of right things in between that as well. So, and if we're gonna play this whole narrative of who done right and who done wrong, then hold the motherfucker in office right now accountable for all the shit he's not doing right. But we don't have that conversation.
Nah,
We're gonna
listen.
be having this conversation about what
Wait,
Kamala's
you
doing
wasn't here,
wrong.
Nadia. You was
Yeah,
mad. You
Nadia,
mad about
I
the.
don't even know where she got that from, but I didn't say nothing about her. I'm not talking about her smoking weed or nothing. I'm talking about her being hypocritical. That was the point of me bringing up the weed. It wasn't about none of that. I brought up the fact that she held evidence in this boy's case. That's a known fact. I watched the documentary on that. That's all I was talking about. She was a prosecutor, right? She was supposed to do her job. That's right. It ain't no Kamala hate. Y'all just be, it ain't no Kamala hate. I'm just stating the facts. It ain't no Kamala hate. You know what I mean?
All
I'm just
right,
stating the
cool.
fact.
I'm just saying I don't like nobody.
She's a witch. I feel like she's a witch, though. I do. She's a witch to me. But
A
ain't
witch
no
is
hate.
crazy. Go
Ain't
ahead.
no
I'm
comment of
sorry.
hate. Oh yeah, you can play that. We can get to Nadia's topic. She sent the mother for her daughter having sickle cell anemia. Whoa, Cross. My bad, y'all. Cross, I need that. Because Nadia need to know that. She sent the mother to jail for her daughter having sickle cell anemia. That's the mother I must be talking about.
Okay, give me the full.
For the attendance or whatever. I need that story, Cross. I'm going to look that joint up.
Yeah, give me the full evidence of the story.
Appreciate it, Cross. He about to send it to me.
In every corner of the world, even amongst the people I just left. Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no? Before you judge, you must ask yourself, what did the culture and society of the time treat as no big deal?
Wow.
Oh yeah, okay, that was the clip. It was some other stuff too, but that's fine. That's Nadia's topic. Go ahead, Nadia.
Well, yeah, this is PragerU's. So funding has been cut from PBS, which is a lot of children in the United States grew up on PBS because it was a way for underprivileged kids who couldn't go or start school early to be able to learn and educate themselves at home. That was like the beginning of PBS, and it's been funded for a very long time until Trump. I think he's cut like millions or billions of dollars. I can't remember. I think millions of dollars of funding from them, and he's instead partnered with PragerU, which is now a potential opportunity for kids to be watching this in certain classroom settings. But it's very left, not left, but right and conservative leaning and inaccurate rewriting of history. Having comments like slavery was better than being killed, or that I think they also have a video of like being a mom is the highest job honor, and that's what all women should be doing. It's just a lot of conservative value principles, but nothing really educating children, in my opinion, that is like in a neutral standpoint of what they should be learning, like Sesame Street, for instance. And it's like interesting because this is coming from Trump. He is the one that's funding that.
Oh, whoa. See, that's the problem. And you're an educated person.
White House.
We have to stop that. That has to stop, man. Y'all can't keep doing that. Why y'all do that? I know y'all don't like the man. I don't want y'all don't have to like him, but y'all gotta stop lying on him.
He cut the funding. That is true.
No, he's not. That's not fun. Trump has nothing to do with that. See, when you put it in the chat, I looked it up. I did all the research, so I would know what I'm talking about.
So tell me the research.
No, that's founded by Dennis Prager.
Yeah, it is founded by Dennis Prager, but he's getting more funding from Trump, and they cut the funding of. Yes, he is.
Can you send that to me, please? Like Cross sent this to me.
Okay, for sure.
That has nothing to do with Trump. The government cut off $50 million of funding to PBS, and this dude has a. You know how when I guess you might have a contract with somebody. They do it with us all the time with the truck drivers. We might have a contract with some brokers or whatever, and they're not dealing with this carrier no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like a bid. It's like they're bidding for it. They're bidding for that spot that the government had cut out. You know what I mean? Trump don't fund Prager University. Trump don't got nothing to do with that. I don't know why she would say that. Trump has nothing to do with that. That's funded by Dennis Prager. I think in like 2009 or something. Huh?
And if I'm not mistaken, somebody picked it up, and you could still stream it on Paramount Plus or something like that.
Well, so this is the thing: is the Trump administration appealed? They are appealing, or appealed the amount of money that was going to PBS funding that's always been there, and instead made a joint partnership with Prager University. No, they did not create.
No, that's not true neither. That's not true.
I literally can send it. I'll send it.
Pull it up. Send it to us so we can pull it up here.
Okay.
That's not true.
Okay. Well, can you pull up what is true?
That ain't.
No, go ahead and pull up your source.
I don't have it. I read it, so I remember.
Well, what's your source? I'm just asking, what's your fucking source? What is the source?
Vox.com, because Vox.com is the one that started the story. And then I went to Prager University, Prager U. I went to their page, and that's how I found out who founded it. I ain't making this up. Dennis Prager.
But I didn't. But BJ, see, this is
But what I'm saying is what you just said. You just said Trump administration has appealed. What you just said? They appealed
the
what?
funding.
The funding for who?
For PBS.
They appealed the funding for PBS. Okay, I saw that they just took the funding, they cut it, but they appealed it.
That is what that means. That is what I'm saying to you. I never said that the motherfucker created Prager University. I'm saying that instead of letting children be educated by PBS, which is a neutral thing that has been beneficial for kids for decades of time, including myself, because I come from a low-income family, they're taking that away and instead incorporating the ideas of Prager University, which is a known conservative and honestly not, if I'm speaking on my own opinion, but I'm pretty sure it's an inaccurate type of thing to be educated by because it's not being genuine or let me put it this way. There is a prerogative of having a conservative narrative to what they're teaching their kids, which means that it's not being neutral, which means it's not truly factual information. And saying something like slavery is beneficial or saying that slavery in itself.
Yeah, we're not even talking about that.
That was what's on the video, though. That's
right.
on the video.
No, the video, yeah, you're right about that, but you just said something else.
What did I say? That's something else.
You said Trump was funding them. First, you said Trump was funding Prager University.
Yeah, because I'm saying that he's giving the aid that essentially he took from PBS to Prager U, which can be used in schools now, depending on the state. So there's some kids that are going to be learning this narrative of conservative values that is inaccurate to history for real, and is damaging because we already have racism anyway. But hearing something like slavery is not as, or having something like slavery, saying slavery is cool essentially because it's better than death, is a crazy statement to make to little children. They should not be educated about that or educated in that way to make it seem like it's a belittling thing that happened.
Yo, hold on, man. Hold on, man. My bad. I need that though. I need that. You said the last thing you said about the whatever. Matter of fact, we don't have to go through that. What we about to do? Because that Prager University, I don't know. I don't know what you want. That's not an educational tool. That's not something that's in the schools.
That is what they're making an educational tool. That's what I'm trying to say. That is because
all right, we got it. We got it. That's not something that's right now. It's not in the schools. Okay, it's not there. I don't even believe that. I don't believe it. I looked it up. I seen Vox.com is the one that started this story. Okay, they're saying that it's a preferred alternative source that's going to take PBS. That is a channel. That is TV. That is not school. Your child don't have to watch it. I would not let my child watch it. That's it. That's the end of that. Because I teach my children history anyway. My history, I teach my children. I don't send them to school and expect the school to teach my kids about their history. You know what I'm saying? The same way the Jews don't and the Asians don't or whatever. They don't send their kids to public school to teach them about their own history. So that's where if you're a parent, if you're a black parent in America, sending your child to school to learn your history, black history, you out of bounds. You out of pocket.
I don't agree with that statement.
I don't think it's cool though.
I'm not shaming black people or any. I'm not shaming any parent for thinking that they're sending their kids to a place where they should be properly educated, and instead they're getting misinformation from their teachers and the people in that school. That is not on. I mean, it's on parents to go to the boardrooms and fight about it, but it's not parents' mistakes. It should be proper education of real things that we feel is genuine facts that should be coming in classrooms, not ideologies of what we think we should feel that other kids should be saying because that's our conservative values. That's
when
not
you went when you went to school, you was taught Christopher Columbus discovered America, right?
No.
Okay. What school you went to? What school you went to? What
I
they told you?
I went to Avondale Elementary, and then I went to Druid Hills High School.
So what they told you about Christopher Columbus?
My teacher was actually woke and said that there's some misunderstandings about Christopher Columbus and that there isn't a fair disparity about indigenous history. That's what we learned.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
How old are you, Nadia?
I'm 24.
Okay, that's why.
Okay.
If they taught you something else, they failed you, but that is not the truth.
I mean, that's the whole point of my thing. They fail these kids.
Yeah,
These
they
kids
taught
are
us something
failing
else.
going to school.
Well,
I
the
mean,
whole
you
thing
you
of
don't have to agree with my statement, but any
right.
black any black person, any black parent that send their children to school to learn their history from whatever teacher that's getting paid to teach that bullshit to your child, I mean, then you deserve everything that your child gets from that school. Period. Just like they teach the children Thanksgiving
Yeah, and
was the
plus,
day that the Pilgrims and the Indians broke bread together. I was called to
yeah, and plus,
school
no, you
behind
kind of
my son
you prove.
standing up in the first grade or maybe kindergarten or first grade, standing up in the middle of the class when the movie was over, when the video was over, and saying, "No, they're lying. The Pilgrims killed all the Indians." Me and Jazz actually had to go up to the school behind that. And Eli was in
And
kindergarten or
you
the
proved
first
this
grade or
point,
something like that. We
Nadia.
actually had a meeting with the teacher about that.
You proved BJ's point, Nadia, when you said your teacher was woke
It
and
was
taught you
kindergarten.
differently.
We
Yeah,
actually had to have because Eli stood up and told the truth from what I taught him,
So
from what we taught him.
that didn't prove my point because my point is that
I'm not trying to prove your point. I'm
no,
just
no,
speaking
I'm
facts.
speaking to
no, she's
Davon.
Oh, my
answering
bad.
me.
My
She
bad. Go
answering
ahead.
me.
My bad.
No, 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 I'm not coming
Go ahead,
at
Nadia.
you.
I'm saying
My
you proved this point by saying that when you said the woke teacher taught you differently than the books did, prove BJ's point that you need somebody woke around you to teach you differently than the bullshit.
And I'm gonna take her word for
No?
that because
So
they'll get fired for that.
let me say this though,
Going
and
outside of that
this is what
curriculum. I know
this is
that.
not my point at all. My point in saying is that ultimately our schools should be educating you on a neutral standpoint of history and not something that is written by victors, but something that is built in accuracy. And this specific program that I'm talking about is extremely conservative on the opposite side. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying because if it's true that you were taught that, then that's what you were taught, and that's not correct. But at the same
But they've
time,
been teaching
can I
inaccuracies in
just
school for years, and it took
Hold on,
can
Davon.
somebody
Hold on,
who knew.
Davon. You gotta let her keep going. Don't cut her off because she'll lose
My
her
bad,
train
my
of
bad.
thought.
Well, so my whole point is, yeah, there is inaccuracies in education. Absolutely, that's going to continue to happen until we work towards trying to build a scenario in which there is a neutral standpoint of history, and that history across the board is taught in the correct way. And that's not going to be across the line everywhere because we know that there's certain schools that have lack of funding versus some that have more funding than not. But my point and purpose is saying that ultimately, regardless of, it should be neutral. Even if it's not, just because it wasn't doesn't mean that the expectation should be that we shouldn't change that, or that shouldn't be the scenario that we're looking for it to have. Kids should have a good education and know the truth and honest reality of what happens in society, even if that didn't happen before. I've heard some things too that were wrong, but also too, I'm advocating for the fact that we shouldn't make it worse. We shouldn't make it worse.
I agree with you and everything you said. Yes, they should be teaching what's right in school. Unfortunately, they may not. So instead of relying on them to teach what's right, us as parents have to be like, hey, this is what's right when you come through the door. You understand what I'm saying? It's not just on the teacher to teach your child what's right.
Right.
What's facts, Sakina? Go ahead, Davon.
You also have to teach your child what's right. Like, hey, nah, don't listen to that. Hey, yeah, you're gonna have a test. Answer the test how they want you to answer the test, but here's the correct answer to the question. If they old
Man,
enough to
if
understand
black
that,
people are
you know?
sending if black people are sending their kids to school and and not telling them the truth, yo boy, oh boy, boy,
There's
oh
a
boy.
lot of black people who don't know the actual honesty of everything that's happened in Jim Crow or slavery or anything past that because they weren't taught in schools. In
All right,
schools
well,
that
shit. Then
hold
they
on,
lost.
can I okay, cool. That's cool. My point is saying though, people do rely on schools to educate their children because there are some parents that work consistently in order to make their ends meet for their family.
Yeah, we
So
all
yeah,
work.
for some people it might be comfortable for you to have conversations and constant uh checking if how your kid is critically thinking, and I hope all parents do that. But the reality is we know that all parents can't do that all the time. So therefore what I'm saying is that our education system should uphold a neutral standpoint and should uphold actual education that reflects a overall understanding of everybody's perspective rather than just one. And I'm telling you, in fact, that this is a horrible thing because it's a conservative nuance of what history is supposed to look out versus something like Sesame Street, which doesn't have any of that. It doesn't, you learn how to count, you learn how to do your alphabet, you learn about other things that are neutral things to learn,
All right,
things
come on,
that
let's
children
keep it
should
moving,
know.
man. Come on. Go ahead, Will. Something just cut off. Oh, my fault. Yeah, man. I mean, if you know, if we're gonna be more concerned about a TV channel over teaching your child, that's crazy to me. I ain't gonna lie.
Well,
If your child is more influenced by this TV channel than what you're actually putting into your child, then you're not a real parent. I don't care what you got going on. We all gotta work. My mom's had to work, and my mom's was by herself. She ain't had no help. You know what I mean? Yeah, if you can't have a conversation with your child, and it's so easier now than it was 30, 40 years ago. You could just sit there and put something on YouTube, put the truth on YouTube. You know what I mean? The truth about anything. You could have them watch documentaries. You know what I'm saying? Instead of watching that bullshit Nadia talking about. And I'm not trying to defend that Praga U. I'm not defending that at all. That's trash. My kids wouldn't watch that. I wouldn't allow it. You know what I mean?
Well, then you're gonna have to go up to some schools because they are starting to put that is an option for schools.
I haven't listen, Nadia. When they put it, let me know when they put it in the school. Let me know then.
Yes, it's bullshit to even argue that. Like, rather than just being like, this is wrong, they shouldn't teach it, point blank and period. Your argument.
I said that already.
No, it's
my thing. This is the same argument about them teaching the kids to be gay in school. You know,
yeah, but y'all cool with that.
The inappropriateness of teaching falsities in school, that's not what schools should be doing. It shouldn't be I agree with you on that point. It shouldn't be teaching kids about their sexuality. That should be whatever. Wait till they get grown. But they also shouldn't be teaching all of this other right-leaning idea that slavery was better than
nobody up here is agreeing with that, bro.
I know. I understand that. I understand that. That you're not disagreeing with it. What I think Nadia is saying is just like there's, a lot of the Republicans are saying we don't want this taught in the schools, but instead they using an alternative to put in school.
You're following that. You're going right into that whole Nadia Doug. They haven't. That's not a fact. That is not an alternative, Kurt.
It is. That is a fact. It is.
It's not an alternative.
It is. In Oklahoma and other not Republican states, but other conservative states, it's an opportunity for children, and not specifically children, teachers to use that as a substitute for
It's an opportunity. Can you pull that up, please?
Yes.
It's an opportunity, Kurt. She's saying it's an opportunity for teachers to use that. That's on the teacher then. That is not part of the school curriculum.
The PBS is part of the curriculum. They use the PBS broadcasting or the media, because
the PBS broadcasting for what?
For almost everything, just like they did with Sesame Street, teaching you, ABCs and all of that. That's what they used to teach. They used to use PBS.
Do anyone in the chat have younger children in school or something that know that PBS is being taught in? Why is PBS being taught?
Because PBS had programs like the ABCs, Sesame Street. You know what I'm saying? That's what they were teaching.
Job. When So you mean teachers across America is bringing a TV in and putting PBS
Yes,
on?
because that's what it was created for. This is what I mean when I say education is important.
I want you to show me your sources of what you're talking about, Nadia, because you done said enough.
I just sent it to you. And also what
you
I
done
want to
said
say,
enough.
I did not say enough, because my point in saying this is ultimately PBS was created for low income households, so that there would be an opportunity for children who didn't get the access to go to pre-K and start early, that they had an opportunity to learn just like other kids, so they wouldn't be behind. That's what it was created for. That's why they get government funding every year.
Okay, so
that's what it was made for.
Okay, so Andrea said, well, when you're a single parent working multiple jobs with limited education yourself, PBS or public broadcasting as a whole has been a godsend for many families. Harris has since stated that the jailing of parents was an unintended consequence of the law and that she regrets what happened in such cases. That's cool. To the PBS, when you're a single parent working multiple jobs with limited education yourself, PBS or public broadcast as a whole has been a godsend for many families. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's just an excuse.
You don't know.
Man.
You don't know.
No, I do know, but I'm just saying, y'all make up a lot of excuses.
What is the excuse?
This is for a parent to be a parent.
Okay.
For a parent
so why
to be
you?
a
So
parent.
you just not? If that's the case, then just homeschool your children. That's what you should do. If you're gonna say that, then might as well just say take out all your kids and don't put them in school. Because at that point, why are you putting them in school if they're just learning everything from you?
For daycare, because I don't have the time to watch them. So school.
Okay, and a lot of people don't have the time to educate them or watch them. So that's what school is for.
School is basically daycare, but I teach my kids myself. You got time, so you're not spending no time around your kids then? None?
I'm saying that you probably are. But
I was raised by a single parent.
You're using schools to educate your kid. And maybe there is other things that you're educating your kid outside of the home about. But ultimately, you're not teaching your kid Pythagorean theorem. You're not teaching your kid about all the things that they know or they're learning from school.
Talking about this.
Let's be so real.
Let's be so real.
You're using a school building for what it is to educate your kid. And there's some things that you might come back and say, hey, no, I actually want to educate you differently on this. But ultimately, the full curriculum is being taught by somebody else, not you at home.
I never said that. So what's your point?
My point in saying is that a school building is for education, is not just for putting a kid in because you don't have time. And you need a daycare. That's not what it's for.
That's what it is for me. You can't. I have children. You can't tell me what I'm the one with the children.
All right. Well, I'm just telling. Okay.
I have children. So I'm telling, and like I just said, which is a fact. Eli was in kindergarten. His mother just said it. Eli was in kindergarten when he stood up in the middle of class after they showed a video of what the Thanksgiving, the Pilgrims and the Indians broke bread together and all that. Eli stood up when that movie was over and said, nah, that's a lie. The Pilgrims killed all the Indians. And he was 5. Okay. So you and Andre and all that, cool. Yeah, that more power to y'all. However y'all feel about single parents and this, that, and the third, people don't have the time and all that. I made time for my kids. That's why we don't even celebrate holidays.
What am I not thinking all the way through, Anthony?
You know what I'm saying?
Tell me what I'm missing in this scenario, because that's what PBS was created for. So tell me exactly what I'm missing in this nuance of conversation, because I know for a fact that a lot of people.
We wasn't talking about math, but guess what, Auntie? Once again, Auntie, I didn't teach my kids. See, I'm different. The more we do this, I just realized, I'm really different than a lot of my people, man. For real.
He do that
math.
I
didn't teach my kids this new way of math. You're correct, Auntie, because I don't know it. This is confusing to me. I taught my kids the old way of math. Carry the one and all that. We spoke about this a couple of episodes ago. And they tried to call me up to the school about that. They contacted me about him not doing the new version of math, right? Because I taught him of doing the old way, the way I was taught. I don't like that box stuff. I don't like it. It's a waste of time to me. But Dr. Umar Johnson, I seen one of his lectures where he said, no matter what they say, as long as your child could show his math, show his work, and he get the correct answer, there's nothing they could do about it. That's something else. That's another gem I got from Dr. Umar Johnson, the fraud. You know what I'm saying? So when the teacher called me behind him not doing it the way they want him to do it, I was already prepared because of Umar Johnson. And because of Umar Johnson, I also know that if they try to discipline him in any way, that's a lawsuit all day for me. You know what I mean? You know what they did? They left him alone. Because once again, BJ taught his child, and Eli's mother taught his child the way we grew up, the math we grew up with, the way we know how to do it. You know what I mean? So we're different. I'm sorry, we're different. You know what I mean? I don't know. With everybody else, you know, the school got to teach you. You know the school is not teaching your kids right, but you're not even gonna take the time out of any day to say, nah, this is the truth. Not at all.
This is a whole different argument than what I'm making.
We talking about math. I'm not even talking about your argument no more, Nadia. I'm not even talking about your argument.
I think ultimately schools should be teaching the right thing, and I think that parents should be also contributing to what their kids learn, but every kid is not going to have the same parents. And so that means that education systems need to do their job in making sure that kids are well critically thought out and capable of doing critical thinking on their own so that they can be successful in the world, because everybody doesn't have good parents. Everybody doesn't have a support system. And education, school, regardless of what you use it for, BJ, is to educate children. That's what it's going to say. It's a building to educate children or people.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yo, Anthony, you went through the same thing with the school. Okay. Times have changed, and we haven't kept up with this. Is where PBS and when okay, listen, man. If the TV is raising y'all kids, so be
Don't
it.
make people feel
If
bad.
PBS is raising y'all kids and the school is raising y'all kids, hey, more power to y'all. I'm not arguing with y'all. Y'all got to do what y'all got to do.
That was created for the income.
Shout out to you, Anthony. Your kids are homeschooled. Shout out to you. Word up. I thought about it a few times. But I'm self-employed, so it's hard to be. I work 24/7, man, 7 days a week. So the timing wasn't right, but we made do. You know what I mean? I understand what Nadia is saying. The school is supposed to be doing it. I get all of that, but I know the school is some bullshit. The school system some bullshit. The school curriculum is some bullshit too. Just like in the South, the shit is way behind in New York. You know what I'm saying? It's lopsided depending on what state you in. For one, so the curriculum is a joke. The curriculum is a joke down here to me. You know what I mean? The teachers are fugazi. You know what I mean? Thank God you had a woke teacher that taught you the truth. But when I was in the school, they was teaching us Christopher Columbus discovered America. What else? They only teach you about Frederick Douglass and Harriet Tubman and maybe Sojourner Truth and all that. You know what I mean? The basics, you know. And they're teaching that the Thanksgiving comes from the Pilgrims and the Indians eating together. They're teaching that. Just like they're going to teach you Christmas is Jesus' birthday. Just like they're going to teach you Easter is resurrection and all this other stuff. I took the time, me personally. I know everybody don't have the same time that I had when I took the time to show my kids and tell my kids this some bullshit. And I still had that video somewhere. It was Thanksgiving or Halloween, and I asked them. No, it was Thanksgiving, because I asked them. I said, "Yo, y'all still want to celebrate Thanksgiving?" It was like the day before Thanksgiving or something, and we just finished watching all the documentaries. And I said, "Yo, y'all still want to celebrate Thanksgiving and holidays and Halloween and all that?" And both of them was like, "Nah, we good, Papa. Nah, it's that simple, man. That's all I'm saying."
I mean, we said the same thing about the Fourth. You know, the independence. You go and spend all your money and blow your money up. I mean, that ain't a holiday. You know, Christmas, Thanksgiving, none of that. Those were brought with the colonialists.
Put the Davon, if you want, you can send Anthony the link. You can send Anthony the link.
The link to what? What you doing?
I was a single there for a while. I told my daughter at home that boom.
Yeah. I can't see all the comments. So
I've been self-employed since 2016. Beam me up and I will talk about it. Or put the number so he could call in. But he could come up. That's what's up, bro. Like, you know, more power to you, King. More power to you, King. Real talk. I like that. I followed Derek Grace and all that because he homeschooled his kids. And I wanted to do the same thing Derek Grace was doing. I wanted to do all that. You know what I'm saying? I just, I didn't. Ain't no excuses. I didn't do it. It's a lot of people. I got homegirls that
Oh, you talking about
homeschool
Ant?
their kids.
It's one thing about homeschooling. It's one thing about homeschooling because my daughter is homeschooling her kids, all of them. That once you've went through the whole curriculum, your child has to be educated enough to take the GED test. Other than that, they won't have a high school education.
My God.
Listen, man. Listen, I'm the guy that I told my son. My son just started freshman in high school. He's 14. I told him he need to get his GED when he's 16. Drop out. That's what I'm telling my kid. Drop
Right,
out of
but
school.
he has to know the curriculum to pass it.
Drop out of school. You could you talking about GD. Drop out of school and you go to Gwinnett Tech diesel mechanic and engineer program. They start at 16. By the time you're 18, you'll be done. You know what I mean? I'll get you a little mobile truck or whatever. You go work somewhere for like a year to get your experience up with the diesel mechanic stuff. I'll get you a truck. We could open a shop or do mobile mechanic, bro. You'll be working yourself. And the way he be with Dredd, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna know too many things. I don't give a damn about college, bro. At all. At all for any of them. The only one, my daughter, I'll support her because she want to be what is that? GBN, GY, what is that? OBGYN. Yeah, OBGYN. So as long as she still want to do that, I'm gonna mess with her. But anything else, if she come with some bullshit like frog, lesbian or homosexual frog studies, I'm jumping shit. Hell no. Go ahead. Go ahead, Will.
Dallas want to do his whole streaming thing.
How long is that? Nah, we gonna wait on that. I'm gonna have to cut that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to clip that. I sent you something else though. I sent you something
Yeah, I'm
after that.
full support by my man in this whole
that joint Nadia sent.
streaming.
I'm not mad at
Cost
that. College
bread,
ain't
though.
for everyone, and I have a double master's. God damn. What you get double pay? What you get double pay, Auntie?
Love that for you, educated queen. I'm supporting all the low
I'm on my
income
phone
families.
and I can't. I'm not on
Double
my laptop
masters.
right now.
I ain't mad at that. You a scientist. You got to get educated. You know what I mean? You got to have them degrees and be educated and stuff to be a scientist. You know what I mean? I hear that. Banks over here smiling in the back, cheesing. Banks over here cheesing, Auntie. Next time, then. I got you, Anthony. We gonna lock in. What was that? That was the one. What you was saying, Kurt? Somebody was saying something.
No, I was just saying I'm representing the low income families in this circumstance. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with nothing that you just said. I wish.
Hold up, man? Get out of here. Let me
Hold
finish.
on.
Let me let you finish what you say. Go ahead.
Yeah, nah,
You started off crazy.
because I could speak because I did grow up on PBS, and it actually was the difference between me being more successful in some of my classes in comparison to my peers. My parents did educate me, true enough, but my parents worked. And so I did watch a lot of PBS, but it was something that actually really benefited me in the long run. And
You wasn't watching that bullshit though.
What do you mean? What bullshit are you talking about specifically? PragerU?
No, the slavery thing. You wasn't watching that though on PBS.
That's PragerU. That's not PBS.
So you was watching PBS, but the stuff you was watching on PBS was actually, healthy for children at the time, right?
I'm gonna keep it a bean. I grew up on PBS too, and I ain't learned nothing until I got hooked on phonics and stuff like that. That's when I learned how to read.
I understand she grew up on PBS. How you grew up on PBS?
What are you talking about? PBS is what you call it, Sesame Street and all that.
That's PBS?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The fuck you mean you grew up on PBS?
I didn't watch too much Sesame Street. I was outside.
I mean,
bro.
I didn't watch
lie.
it either, but I'm just saying it was on the TV.
I've been outside since I was 7 years old, bro.
You knew it was on PBS though.
I was in the projects, man. I was playing handball and basketball.
I was going from
hitting my head with bathroom towels and shit, man. I
was going from Manhattan all the way to Queens.
Outside fighting, bro. I was outside, man. I remember Sesame Street, man. I ain't gonna lie.
I was 7. I'm just saying. I remember what channel was on. Yeah, it was PBS.
I remember Sesame Street on the train and Mr. Rogers and all.
Yeah,
so Mr. Rogers was PBS.
Yes, Mr. Rogers was PBS.
Reading Rainbow, right. Okay.
That's how your kid is. Some kids were able to spell, reading comprehension. All of that was through PBS.
Yeah, but I ain't learned nothing on that shit.
Nah, my mom's taught me that, man.
Nah, yeah. I learned from
my mom's taught me that.
Technically, my pops taught me because he put Hooked on Phonics on, and that's how I learned everything. And I read comic books in the newspaper. And that's how I learned how to read and all that.
Okay, you got to think in the time while we wasn't getting.
We grew up in the P's with pissy elevators. That's a fact, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
I ain't learned with no PBS.
Yep, yes sir. I'm ready. Oh, we on immigration, y'all. We on immigration. One of my favorite topics.
Is Nora
Hector Garza right now, the National Border Patrol Council Vice President.
She said she's coming back.
Hector, I mean, these are staggering numbers, but I must give credit to you. You were looking at
these
good,
before
anyone was, and that it could get that high, if not higher. I'm just wondering if there are any signs that the Mexicans are doing anything to either slow this down or halt it outright.
So first of all, the fact that we're having the largest caravan ever should be of no surprise to anyone. We know that for the past few months, the past 2 years, the Biden board policies have been having open borders, and this is a result of those policies. The other thing is that we know that Mexico is not being a good neighbor. They're not doing their part in securing their southern border, and they're not doing their part in securing their northern border, which is our southern border with Mexico. We need to make sure that Biden forces Mexico to do their part. If not, we're going to continue to get overwhelmed. Just a couple of days ago here in Laredo, Texas, we had 2 aliens that were dead,
nothing but men.
In the back of a tractor trailer. There was more than
women
100
and children.
Illegal aliens stuffed in the back of that tractor trailer. Then just yesterday we had another alien dead found stuffed in a tractor here in some ranch lands in Laredo. So this border situation is out of control. Human suffering and human misery will continue as long as these open border policies continue with Joe Biden.
And you want to reach out to Mexico to see what they can do, but we're learning, Hector, that Mexico's president will not be attending this summit of the Americas. So the chance that the president and the Mexican president can iron out these issues, that doesn't appear to be, in the cards right now.
Well, President Biden needs to pressure Mexican President Obrador and make sure that they do their part. We know that having open borders is not humane. Migrants are dying on the border, and it's not humane. And we need to make sure that President Biden.
Ready, Will? I think it's long. Yeah, I just had to remind Kurt and them because they don't remember.
Remember what?
When Biden opened them borders, because y'all keep going back to you said immigration 1970s and all this. I'm talking about 2022 when Biden opened them borders and let millions of people over here for no reason but some votes and destroyed the economy of America in these democratic cities like New York.
Wait, you said for some votes.
Yeah.
If they were illegals and they wasn't paying taxes, they couldn't vote no way.
Mail-in votes. Yeah, mail-in votes. Matter of fact, stay right there. My mother worked the polls. People was voting without IDs. Right or wrong, Ma?
Was they trying to vote without IDs or were they actually
they came to vote. She working the polls. She there. They ain't got no ID.
That's like not a good practice then.
They been said that. They been said that. No ID, no voter ID registration. Mail-in ballots. They was letting people mail in ballots. The same way people was getting Social Security checks and money that's dead, and illegal immigrants is getting Social Security money and all that. Come on.
Most of the mail-in ballots were people that
don't need to show ID. California too.
That's
All
ridiculous.
the Democratic, I ain't gonna say, let me not say all. Majority, because I don't know about all. Majority of them Democratic cities that was housing them illegal immigrants, you didn't have to show ID to vote. In Cross said Delaware, you don't either. See, this is the stuff people don't know, obviously.
That's stupid. I don't vote, so I wouldn't know.
Well, so I do vote, but like I always had to bring my ID. But this is something that I'm not necessarily fundamentally educated on about the no voter ID situation.
Yeah, because you're a law-abiding American citizen, so you would come with ID. You know what I mean? It's only right that you come with ID. But that was their plan. That was their plan.
Okay.
That was their plan.
Do not require voters to show form of identification at polls. But I do know that in this specific situation, though, I do know that some of the reason for no voter ID, I believe, was because there's some like for instance, like elders who can't necessarily make it to the poll centers, and they have the mailing ballots so that they're capable of being able to vote still, even though they're not able to get to the polls quickly.
Yeah. But
I don't see there
just because
as
they're
a
old don't
reason.
mean they can't show some form of
And
identification.
listen, the majority,
You can still show
the
some form of
majority.
identification. That's
The majority of overall votes in with the mail-in ballots are people that live overseas and the military people that send in their votes in the mail as a because they can't make it to the poll. The majority of your mail-in votes come from people that live overseas that are Americans, military people, military families.
Did you think about that before you said that?
Say what?
What you just said, man. Majority of people mail in votes, live overseas, and military.
The majority of the mail-in votes are from people that live overseas.
Okay. Damn,
if you live overseas, Kurt, how do you vote?
You mail it in.
From Iraq, right?
Kurt, if you're not a citizen of the country,
No.
you can't vote.
Listen, you fail to understand what I'm saying. Military people that are stationed, say, in Iraq or in Greece or in Italy,
I get what
they send their ballots in. They are Americans.
Yeah, but that makes sense that they can send their ballot. They for the country. They got to be a citizen of the country.
My only point was this: the majority of mail-in votes come from those people that live overseas or stationed, out of the country. They send their votes in. The majority.
You wrong, Anthony. Cross said that is not true. You have to have an American address to get voter card. That's not true because you have to be here to mail your vote. Anthony said you are wrong. Y'all forget. Auntie said y'all forget the ID argument only matters when you vote in person. Mail-in ballots are an example. Anthony's a soldier.
Anthony called Jacob. Anthony called Jacob and told him to
Soldier
come
on
in
soldier balance. What division, Anthony? You a Marine? What division? That's what I'm talking. That's what we needed. We needed a soldier in here because Kirk be trying to high side with all his military talk. So we got somebody to fact check them now.
Most of the mail-in ballots. Let's see. I got me another source.
I just sent you a video. Yeah, she got to, man, because Nadia making shit up. I'm being nice about it at the moment. I'm being nice about it at the moment. I'm being nice about it at the moment. 25 uniform and 92 golf. He talking that talk, Kurt. I don't know what it means, but he talking that talk. He talking that military talk. He talking that military talk, Kurt.
Tell him I was 31st Infantry. 31st Infantry in Managua, Nicaragua.
Me and Anthony's homie Jacob, he's the one that really got bodies. But yeah, Ant was in the military for a grip.
We Ant from Queens?
Yeah, he from my project.
He is not wrong. Uh-oh, you got Maine in the building. Maine, you wasn't in the military, bro. Mind your business. This ain't got nothing to do with you. He is not wrong. Military family absolutely can mail the ballot if stationed overseas. They still maintain their U.S. residential address. Okay. 266 Battalion. Provider. They talking that gang talk, man. You ready? Yeah, yes, sir.
American descendants of slaves. I am a Black American, and I am an American. I'm going to present my case in support of House Bill 318, as it is time for my unapologetic truth to be shared with all of you. First, as a people, we need to recognize that it's not just the numbers that matter, but also where the immigrants come from and the culture they bring with them to another country. As a social scientist report, all cultures are not equal. Some immigrants come and believe they can function in isolation, refusing to adapt. They have come to our country for many reasons, but I suggest they must assimilate, adapt to the culture of the country they wish to live in. No country is going to allow people to come in and not acknowledge its constitution, legal systems, and laws. They will not tolerate it. So do you think I can go to another country and set up my own rules to live by?
No.
Use the language I choose, and then tell that country that you must speak my language? That's not going to happen, nor should it. As a country, the United States has been more tolerant than most other countries. Other countries are making it much more difficult to get citizenship. We have been naive. We have been exploited and abused by the different tactics to gain citizenship in America. It's time to wake up. Global migration in the past was not projected to be as it is today. We must establish new rules to address a distinct type of migration that we are facing in our country, state, and cities. It's time to turn the conveyor belt off and adopt a global migration suitable for the times that we're in. And that is not destabilizing our communities. See, it was my ancestors who came over as slaves, built this country with a strain on their backs. They sweat pouring from their bodies in the rice fields, the cotton fields, and the tobacco farms for this country. Lived as servants and was the footstool, I said the footstool, for far too many feet to step on. So today, if you ask me to line up behind another group of people to raise awareness about their plight, I unapologetically say no.
Mm-hmm.
Why? It's still, I don't know. That wasn't it. That wasn't it? Mm-mm. Don't worry about it then. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Auntie, I like her. Queen Carla Cunningham.
So mass deportation started with Melania and Ted Cruz.
North Carolina, man. So she's a Democratic that voted with the Republicans in North Carolina with the immigration stuff, and the Democrats flipped on them. Yeah, calling her all types of stuff. Because Kurt said, the Republicans is the ones that call people names and stuff, but she's been under attack ever since she voted, man. Poor black lady, man. Ain't doing nothing but the right thing. She's doing God's work like me and Will do up here.
Yes, sir.
Not here backstage.
Real quick, I want to shout out to the chat, man. Y'all been holding us down every week. Shout out to our new cousins, Anthony and Andrea. They ain't waste no time. They got right to it. Welcome, family. Welcome back, Nadia.
Anthony's crazy. I love that man.
Oh, also too, I was just doing some research while behind the scenes because I had to take a call. But there's right. like 0.0003% of voter fraud. that is actually accounted for because of no ID calling or no ID voting. My bad.
You said what now? Say it one more time.
That there's proven voter ID fraud is 0.003, I think, of fraud that actually occurs due to the lack of having no voter ID. And I think the reason behind why some people are advocating for no voter ID is because certain people don't have the right identification to vote based off financial issues or other things, whatever, transportation issues, whatever. Therefore, making it more accessible for people to vote if they're rightful citizens. And you can't go to jail if you're not. So
y'all hit that like button too, man. It's free. It's free, y'all. Y'all can hit that like button. Go ahead, Nadia.
But yeah, no, just saying that it's unlikely for a lot of people to actually end up doing fraud. It's not proven that most people don't do voter fraud anyway.
I mean, okay, you said it's a 0.003 thing of voter
fraud.
Percent
of voter fraud.
Okay. All right, so.
Can you see Dre comment?
Nah, I ain't see Dre yet. Right here. Man, I can't see that far, bro. They should make it mandatory for voters to use their social security number to cast their vote. Can't even get a stinking $500 credit card without one. Why not use it for picking the POTUS? I agree 100%, Dre. That's a good statement, my brother. I agree. I don't agree with nobody casting a vote without ID for financial reasons. You're a bum. You're a bum. You don't have the right to vote. You're a bum. If you leave the house and you don't have an ID for any reason, I don't care. You're a bum. Don't vote. If you can't get an ID, don't vote. Get the hell out of here. Your vote don't matter. Go get an ID. We ain't gonna play this game, bro. Nah.
Whoa.
Nah. Yeah, you're a bum.
I believe that homeless
Need
people.
an ID first.
Homeless people shouldn't be voting.
I do think they should be. They have a say so in our country. Just because you don't have,
they don't have a say so in their life. They don't have a say so in their life. How they gonna have a say so in the country?
BJ is a monster.
Hell no.
Disrespectful. But
I told y'all.
There's a tons of reasons why people can go homeless, and it's not for all the reasons that.
I'm not even concerned about that, man.
I know. About that. And yeah, I understand. But to speak my truth and speak my mind, I do believe that all people or most people are valuable and deserving of an opportunity to speak up about the country that they live in, regardless of if they're a millionaire or they make no money at all. I think ultimately they should have a say so. I also think that depending on what your crime is, some prisoners should be able to vote as well because they should have a say so. But that's a controversial topic that people don't want to hear or talk about. But ultimately, yeah, I do believe the homeless people should be able to vote if they want to.
If you're a 70-year-old from rural Mississippi, you can have ID, but it's expired, which voids it. Just go to the DMV and get the new one.
It's a $75 charge. Everybody can't.
That joint is not $75. Stop it, especially in Mississippi. That shit $5.
And they got
$10 at the most.
They got special fucking conditions for people that age. They're gonna say, "Are you an older citizen? Check this box."
Guess who's back?
No. Or we could put the phone.
I know.
Hey Nadia, how you doing?
I sent you another video, man.
I'm surviving.
Yeah, cuz send him the link. He want to have on. My bad, Noah. I'm just.
BJ want to take the homeless's right to vote?
No, don't come up here co-signing that bullshit, man. Listen,
Is that where we at?
Listen, man. If you homeless, voting should be the last thing on your mind. If you're homeless, voting should be the last thing on your mind, man. You don't even know what's going on in the world. Like, you don't even, what you voting on? You don't have a TV, nothing. What you voting on?
Because you're
how to get out of homelessness? The likelihood of getting out of homelessness is what they're voting on.
You can't vote your way out of homelessness. Stop it, man. Y'all in fantasy land for real.
Depends on the reason why you're homeless. Not everybody homeless for the same reason.
Y'all cannot vote your way out of
You clearly don't read their signs. Everybody had a story. Some people,
$75.
no, for real.
Why is it, Auntie? Why is it $75 if your ID expired and you got to go get another ID? Auntie, don't come up here listening to Nadia, please. Please.
No, because please. She's listening to somebody that actually did the research. I took a fucking time break to look at the shit. You didn't. So you're saying some shit you don't even know about.
You ain't even do a fucking research.
Yo, where is
Just
the
saying.
$75 at? That's crazy. Where? It can't be.
BJ.
Ain't no way.
BJ, if you're gonna disenfranchise the homeless, then what? You think it's a more worthy cause for millionaires to vote?
Y'all keep coming up with these millionaires and all that. I ain't say nothing about millionaires. All I said was, if you're homeless, you don't get a vote. You don't get a vote. Just like if you're a convicted felon, you don't get a vote.
Most.
Just like you're a convicted felon, you don't get a vote.
You got a felon in office. What? You have a fucking felon in office. I don't want to hear that.
Hey, but I'm saying if you're a convicted felon, it states that you can't vote in.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
But a lot of BJ, a lot of like journalists are.
Your phone breaking off. Breaking up. Go on the roof.
Yo, it's just getting real crazy. Yo, you're out of pocket for real. Talking about some fellas can't vote, but we got a felon in office.
She got a pool on the roof.
Shit. I don't want to hear none of that.
And he was able to vote for himself.
There's no law against the president having felons.
You just went against it. Just said that felons should be able to vote.
I mean, having felonies.
Which one are you?
There's no law against it.
You against it or you for it?
For which part?
Nah, you pick and choose. Picky choosing ass motherfucker. You know that's wrong.
He's asking you about your opinion, not about what the law is.
Who?
Yeah, Will.
Who they talking to?
She just
Yeah, go ahead. We might as well. Let's see the amount of money that was spent on immigration, illegal immigrants from 2022 to 2025.
Mayor Johnston, coming back to you, how much did your city spend on illegal immigration? Do you have a round number?
They don't see
over the last couple of years on all newcomers, whatever their status was, it's around 79 million since 2022.
79 million. Mayor Johnson, Chicago. How much has the city of Chicago spent on illegal immigration?
If you're referring to the 2022 up to 2024 of the buses coming from Texas, roughly the same percentage of the state of Texas, about 1% of our overall budget.
What is that? Because I don't have the city's budget in front of me. Numbers.
It's 1%, and if you want the actual calculation, we can make sure someone...
You're the mayor. You don't have the math in front of you.
It's 1% of the overall budget over the last 4 years.
That's why you're a failing mayor.
Which is
Mayor
the same
Adams,
number that was sent from us.
How much did the city of New York actually spend on illegal immigration? Mayor Johnson, I already asked you. You don't have a hard number. And if you don't have a hard number, you're not running your city well. Mayor Adams, how much did the city of New York actually spend on illegal immigration?
6.9 billion of taxpayers.
$6.9 billion of taxpayer money on a problem that was fostered on the American people. Mayor Wu, in the city of Boston, how much did you spend?
We don't ask about immigration status and delivering city
You don't
services,
ask
so
about
we
how
don't
much
have
money
that
the city
number.
of Boston has spent on illegal immigration?
We
Are
don't
you out of your
distinguish
mind?
between immigration status.
Do you
as
manage
part
your
of our
budget
city
or not,
policies.
Mayor Wu?
That is how we keep
Mayor
our city
Wu,
safe.
do you manage
we
your
have
budget or
the
not?
numbers to prove it. I manage my budget. I have a AAA bond rating dating back 10 years.
So to the city of Boston,
budget.
just understand that your mayor does not care how much of your resources she has spent on people who are not citizens
The city of Boston
the city of
is
Boston.
sick of having
I'm reclaiming
people
my
outside
time.
Boston
Mr.
telling
Bear,
us what
Mr.
we
Bear, I
need.
have a question for you.
Auntie. Byron Donalds is the truth. Now he black. Don't do that. Why tear the black man down? Why tear the black man down?
Because he's asking a question
Why you hate
and
the
he,
black man? Why you
he
hate the
ain't-
black man because of his opinion?
He asked a simple question.
In politics.
but he
It's a
ain't.
simple
You
question.
hate
But
Byron
he's not
Donalds?
waiting on a response. He's just badgering somebody. That sounds like prosecutors in court. They ask you a question, and before you can answer it in the way you have to answer it, they no, just answer the question and then just give a person a chance to talk.
Yeah, because people want to go around
Anthony,
the
this
whole
don't sound like a
thing
military
and
man to
figure
me,
it out,
man.
Stop
He's
it.
trash. Damn.
BJ.
I challenge him any day at anything, including military. I spent 15 years in the military. How many did he? And what was he in the army?
You spent 20 in the pen.
BJ, how do you
And
explain the fact that he refuses to
You did
listen to
20
Americans
years.
that
Wait,
want the number?
we're not
Like,
glossing
that's
What
over
you
this.
said,
doesn't make
no?
You
sense.
did 20 years in jail and
Davon,
15
I'm
years
just playing,
in the
Davon. What you
military.
said, no?
I said, how do you explain the fact that this man would not
Oh,
listen to a percentage and said, give me a number? How is the number meaningful? That stupid figure that Adam said, 6 billion. Wow, such a big fucking number. You don't know what New York's budget is. You don't know what percentage that is. That's
No,
less than 2%
he said
of New York's
69
budget.
million. He said 6.9 billion
He said 6.9 billion, and that's less than
with a
2% of
B.
New York's budget. So how are you going to tell me you don't want to listen to a percentage, but you want a number that sounds big and scary? I don't know what the fuck New York, how much money New York has. I don't know how much money Chicago has. Why is the number meaningful? Because it sounds big and has the letter B. New York has $300 billion to spend, and 6 billion of that goes to 6.9 goes to immigration. I'm fine with that. Sounds like a really small percent, just 2, small number.
Yeah, it's a small
said,
number to you, but it's a big number to all the people in New York that's messed up.
yeah,
All right, then go through all the
6.9
other
could go a
votes.
lot
Go
of
find out what the
places.
98% is being spent on. You're gonna be equally as appalled, because I'm sure we. Let me pull it up actually. What the
Name
other
it.
98% is
I'll
being
be
spent on.
equally as appalled. Name it.
This is what
Name
gets
it.
me so good is like it'll care about immigration and stuff like this, but then more of that goes into military spending than whatever. And it's
I don't
like,
care what they spend on the military to make America the most powerful nation in the world.
What makes it powerful? Because we got guns.
Yes.
Yes.
No. Power
Guns and bombs and
We got
missiles
bombs.
and fighter jets and nuclear weapons and stuff like that. Yeah.
We're losing our world standing as we speak, regardless of how powerful.
And a bunch of crazy cowboys.
Oh, I sent the Kamala joint. Cross want us to shoot that Kamala joint.
Oh, I'm glad I can see the comments.
Then I gotta get to North side. Noah came back for Israel versus Palestine.
I intend to fight for Black Lives Matters. I intend to fight.
If Black Lives matter to her, why didn't I matter?
Because of truancy, California public schools lose $1.4 billion a year in funding.
I want money.
I don't agree what Kamala Harris did to my mom.
So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy.
And I spent a majority of my time here at the hospital.
When Kamala Harris was the California Attorney General, she had me arrested and prosecuted because my handicapped daughter was sick in the hospital and had missed some days of school.
I have sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia is a hereditary disease, and it is very, very painful.
In 2012, like all California parents, I received a threatening letter from Kamala Harris saying, we'll go to jail for a year if our kids even miss 10% of school days. Little did I know, there was a warrant out for my arrest. All of a sudden, the police is outside my house, and they started banging on the door. They told me I was under arrest for my child missing school. I was shocked. I said, but my baby is sick. The school knows that. And they said, go talk to Kamala Harris. Place your hands behind your back.
My mom did nothing wrong. We did everything we were supposed to. I was always bringing doctor's notes, always calling the school to let them know that I was in the hospital.
But my hell was just beginning. They gave me 2 charges. I spent the next 2 years in court fighting these charges. Kamala assigned her nastiest prosecutors to my case.
My homicide prosecutors, my gang prosecutors. And they went over there and I said, when you go over there, look really mean.
All the time I had to spend going to court, I was struggling to care for my shame.
We are going to make sure that you face the full force and consequences of the law.
I lost my job and couldn't pay rent, and we got evicted. I became homeless. We had to move into a motel.
And I ended up being in the hospital a lot during her trial. And in that hospital stay was when I had my stroke.
I had a stroke about 4 or 5 days ago. And right now I'm doing pretty good. My hand is doing okay, I guess.
Let's be clear, my values have not changed.
Look, I am not a political person, but I want people to know what Kamala Harris has did to me. If she do it to me, she will abuse anyone if you give her the power.
The truancy program got a lot of criticism too. Did you actually lock anybody up?
No, we never locked anybody up.
Yeah, we ain't got to go through the whole video, man. That's sad. That's sad. That's sad. Let me hear y'all excuses for this. Let me hear y'all excuses.
I don't have no excuses for that.
Okay, that was an unintended consequence, and I think it's bad. It was bad. I think the overall policy about them bum ass motherfuckers in the street that wasn't going to school, then the parents should be held accountable for not having your kids, unless you were homeschooling them. That's what the whole policy was about. A lot of kids wasn't going to school. They was hanging out on the corner with you, BJ, and not going to school like they supposed to. So that's what the unintended policy, the unintended consequence was this young lady was going through a situation that she shouldn't have never been locked up. She should have never been served, especially if she, had the supporting evidence that her child has sickle cell anemia. I don't agree with that. Kamala Harris, like the police said, talk to Kamala Harris. The police are the ones that locked them up under that policy, which in their interpretation.
You told me earlier in this stream, Kurt, that police are the ones that arrest you.
That's what I just said. They the ones that lock you up. That's what I just said.
And what happened? And what happened with homegirl in this case? And what did the police tell her?
That's what the police said. The police also said we didn't
talk to who. The police told her to talk to who?
The prosecutor.
Okay, cool. That was my only
point. That's what they usually tell you too. You got to talk to the prosecutor. That's what they tell you.
Right. Because
that was my
point. They're following whatever their interpretation of that policy meant. So they could possibly. Do you have any evidence of what happened with that case? The end results. I'm not talking about her going to court. Did they eventually throw that case out?
Yeah, but the stress.
Not only should they throw the case, she should have been able to sue the courts.
She should have been able to, because the unintended consequence of the police interpreting that law the wrong way, we need to get her too. That's one person out of how many people they probably prosecuted for having their kids truants and bums in the street instead of taking their ass to school.
I don't agree with that law at all.
Nope.
You don't lock the parent up. You could send them people over there, CPS or the Child Protective Services or something, send them to the crib to see what's going on, but you don't lock parents up because the parent don't know. Y'all just was talking about single parents that don't have time to even teach their children, right? The truth, right? Now, these the same parents, low-income housing parents and all that. I grew up in low-income housing in the projects and all that. Parents don't know what their kids is doing. While the parent is at work, they understand that their child is in school. They don't know their child did school, cut school. When I cut school, my mother didn't know. So she should go to jail while I'm out there cutting school and missing days or something?
If she's been informed, and me having raised my kids, I know that if my kids miss, they would send a notice home. They would send you an email. Your kids have missed X, Y, and Z days. We need to address why they missing so many days. That's just how the system works.
I don't know. I really wasn't cutting school. I went to school. That's where the girls was. I went to school. I wasn't one of the niggas that
wasn't learning nothing.
Cutting school to hang out with some niggas? Nah. I'm in school. I cut class. I'm in school, so I don't know. You may be right about that, Kurt. That's true.
Only time I wasn't in school,
they
gonna
notify somebody.
They gonna notify somebody that your child was out of school. You got an absentee, because they also give you like certificates for kids that are always in school and so forth like that. You know what I'm saying? So they take account of the roll call every day. If your child is missing 3 days out of the 5 days they supposed to go to school, they gonna send a notice home to the parent.
It matters, Auntie, because that woman had to go to jail. Can you imagine going to jail over your kid? And wasn't her kid sick? That woman had to go
Right.
to
See,
jail. It does
that
matter.
that was a hole in the net for whatever reason that
Y'all
she
pick
went
and
to jail.
choose. Y'all like moving the goalposts, I see.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Because if
don't
it
see
was
how
something
jail
who
is
did this was
the
crazy.
answer.
Yeah,
BJ,
that one instance is it could be anomaly. I didn't hear of a whole bunch of cases of abuse like that. That's
I
just
mean,
one case.
No, you next.
but even if it's an anomaly, I think there's like with laws like this that you're trying to advance a particular like initiative, it's like there shouldn't be a single victim of it. If there's a victim, if there's one victim of it, then there's a problem with the way it's being done. And I feel like with this issue in particular, like surely the answer isn't to put the kid's mom in jail. Like surely the kid is better off with a mom at home. Like what is he gonna start? It's not like there's anything in place to even force the kid to go home. Like what if he like for poor families that don't have support, if it's one mother, like that one victim of that law is too much. If it's one mother that's taken from her kid, goes to jail, there were people that were getting like 1 to 2 year sentences off of this. So you take the child's mother away and that's gonna make him be a good diligent school student now. Like it's just not right. Like they could do, there's a lot of shit they could do to just serve notices. If the notices aren't being responded to, I don't care, like make a law that makes the parent have to testify as to why their kid isn't going to school, or just explain what the situation is. Like this isn't a situation where you can launch such a hard law and expect there to not be victims of it. Like there has to be a more sensible way to approach this problem that doesn't involve
Exactly.
jailing a kid's mother
So you
because
against this, no?
Yeah, I'm against it. I'm against it. I think I don't like attorney at
Okay.
all.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Good job. I'm proud of you.
I never.
You waking up.
She was
Go ahead,
I
Nadia.
thought she was already woke.
Nah. She was asleep.
No.
She was asleep.
To the point of everything, I agree more so along with what Kurt had mentioned and what he's saying. I think that ultimately you have to look at when policies are being rolled out like this, what is going on within those certain communities. I'm assuming there's a lot of gang violence in California. That's what they're known for. And if you have a lot of youth that are skipping and missing school, that was probably more than likely where this came from. At the same time, do I agree? And if that actually is something that happened, no, I don't. I think she should be held, the court system or whatever did that to this woman should be held accountable 100%. I don't think that's right, but that's not something I'm foreign to. I also have sickle cell anemia, and I did miss a lot of attendance through that duration of my schooling because of that. But ultimately, and my parents did have to like have or go to like court hearings sometimes because they were like, well, your kid is missing this much school, why are they missing this much school? But I think ultimately it's more so about how they handle the situation and having empathy for parents if it is this type of situation where your kid is sick. But again, I think this policy was probably overall effective, and then you do find some holes in which there's people who are innocent that shouldn't have had any right to be taken to court or to jail for this type of scenario. And I do think there should probably be something different, but this doesn't make me hate Kamala Harris or make me think that she's overall not a good candidate for, I guess, being president or for whatever else she wants to do. I just would hope that if I got to speak to her, that she would listen to my concerns about why this could be ineffective. And I'm sure that wasn't her intentions because I've actually seen the lady and met the lady.
Auntie, you and Nadia, we got to fact check y'all. Trump threw kids in cages and they died and all that, man. We state your source too. You and Nadia, we got to fact check y'all. Nadia still ain't showed me I forgot what I asked her to even
What do
send.
you mean? Did you look into the chat?
I forgot what I even asked you to send. All right, but we gonna move on to the last topic, man. Yeah, but it's a
a judge ordered that
we
Trump
gonna
had to
pause it.
fix conditions in New York's immigration centers because of the, I assume that's what the Cage's comment was about.
Oh, you did send it, Nadia. Let me see
The
what you
immigration
said.
center.
Yeah, I be doing my fact checking.
Obama was the reporter in chief. I agree, Andrea.
This is voter registration. I was talking about the play. No, hold on. You sent something else.
It's voter ID.
So look, this next video is basically I had to look up because I was interested in this when this whole ordeal started.
No, you don't.
Between
Don't start with
what
me.
y'all laughing at?
Don't you start with me, Mr. Kelly. Don't you start with
What
me.
happened?
This is not the time, not the place, not the scene. You don't want the smoke.
Who is fucking talking to?
Some kids still in the kid.
Y'all don't want no.
Go ahead, Cross. Work, Cross. This is the Israel versus Palestine joint. I want to see where it had started. I was interested in that because I don't know what's going on. I had to go to the beginning. You know what I mean? Because it just, I don't know, man. I like history, so I found this little quick video. It's basically Israel versus Palestine for dummies, man. So we could play this, and I want to see what Noah disagrees with.
Israel, the world's only Jewish state, located east of the Mediterranean Sea, and Palestine, the territory of the Arab population that hails from the Israel-controlled land, have long been known for their enduring conflict with the Israeli occupation of the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. The tension between Israel and Palestine has been deteriorating in years, climaxing with many violent clashes between the two sides. To understand the root of the Israel-Palestine conflict, we have to look back a few thousand years ago. Early history of Israeli-Palestinian conflict. In the 17 centuries BC, following the call of God, 3 patriarchs of the Jewish people, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, settled in Canaan, a region approximating present-day Israel, the West Bank, and the Gaza Strip, parts of Lebanon, Syria, and Jordan. The region later had the name the Land of Israel, the Promised Land, the Palestine region, or the Holy Land. In 1000 BC, King Saul established the Israelite monarchy, which then was ruled by King David, who made Jerusalem the capital of his kingdom, and his son King Solomon, who built the first temple in Jerusalem. After the death of King Solomon, the united monarchy was split into the Kingdom of Israel in the north, with Samaria as the capital, and the Kingdom of Judah in the south, with Jerusalem as the capital. The land became home to a majority of Jews, but then it was subject to numerous conquests of various groups, leading to the significant decrease of the Jewish population on the land. One of these conquests was conducted by the Roman Empire, who gave the name Palestine to Judah, intending to break the Jewish connection with the land of Israel. During this time, Christianity, which started as a Jewish sect, ultimately became a dominant religion toward the end of the Roman Empire. In the 7th century came an Arab conquest, beginning the spread of Islam. The Dome of the Rock was built on the ruin of the Second Temple, making Jerusalem the holy city.
This shit is wrong. That's why I'm sick.
Hold on, I just want to.
I went to fucking college.
One more minute. Go ahead, Will.
To 3 monotheistic religions: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. After Christians in Jerusalem were intensely persecuted by the Seljuk Turks, a Central Asian empire with ambition to expand its territory, Christians in Europe launched several crusades to bring the holy city back to the hand of the Christians. During this time, many Jews were killed. Others were making pilgrimages everywhere, mostly in Western Europe. From the 16th century to World War I, the Holy Land, along with much of the Middle East, was ruled by the Ottoman Empire, an Islamic superpower. The land was unofficially called Palestine. At the same time in Europe, more and more Jews were joining a movement called Zionism, aiming to create a Jewish national state in its ancient homeland. Hence, in the first decade of the 20th century, tens of thousands of Jews moved from Europe back to the region. Israel and Palestine under the British rule.
You can pause it there. So I gotta keep it real.
BJ, finish it off.
Hold on, let me say what I'm gonna say. You next. Go ahead. Hold on.
All right.
Hold on. I gotta keep it real. That's the Jews' land. The Jews was there first, right or wrong, Will?
All right, BJ. The Native Americans was here
the
first.
Jews was there
The
first.
entirety of Europe belongs to the Roman
Jews-
Empire. Why do
Noah.
all these countries exist in Europe? That's all for the Romans. Bring the Romans back from their
Let me
graves.
ask you this, Noah.
Give it to
Let
the
me ask you
Romans.
this.
Give America to the Native Americans. Kick BJ and his whole tribe out. Kick every American in America out, and leave the Native Americans who are currently literally
Hold
treated
on.
as
Let's stay on topic.
Why? How can you conflate ancient history and modern history and expect me to give a fuck? You know who was there before?
All right, you don't have to give a fuck. All right, you don't have to give a fuck.
Let's go back to the monkeys. I
The
posted up. Who
Jews-
was there before the Jews? You think the Jews
the
were there
Jews
first?
were
It was
there
monkeys
first.
before then, and the monkeys were Phoenicians, and the Phoenicians were Semites,
Kurt.
and the Semites spoke an old version of Arabic. There was a whole different people. That's how the world works. You want to start studying history, BJ? Let me help you. There's something called ancient history.
No.
and there's
Because you
something
wait.
called modern
First of all,
history.
nah, for real, Noah. You gotta relax. You gotta
I'm
relax.
very relaxed, but that video
You
was
gotta
bullshit.
relax.
I hate hearing about 60 BC arguments.
You
I
have
think
to
it's so
relax.
idiotic.
You knew this was. I prepared you. You should have took your medicine, whatever you need to take. You gotta
I don't need no
relax,
medicine.
okay?
I thought you were gonna
I'm
give me a more
asking a
mature
question.
argument.
According to history, the Jews was there first. That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to keep up with history. I didn't know.
All right,
According to
you want to go back to history? Why does history
it's documented
start in 63
because
BC?
because what
Is
I'm
that when
seeing
history
now
starts?
is everybody was saying that the Jews came and stealing the land from the Arabs, from the Palestinians.
Yes, BJ, that's what happened because between 60 BC and now is a billion fucking years. Sorry, a billion years. And between that period of time, there's been a long period, like thousands and thousands of years, when the Jews weren't there anymore. Their ancestors in Judea and what their God tells them happened 10,000 years ago, that's not my problem. That's not anybody's problem. You can't expect any country, like what is this affect who was there first? And why are you just going back to 63 BC?
No,
And
I'm
why are you
actually
not
working my way
acknowledging
up.
that there
I'm
were
actually
thousands
no.
of years? Do you
I'm actually
understand
doing a history
hold on.
lesson right now.
What?
I'm doing a history lesson and I'm following the history. I'm following the history of this. That's all I'm doing.
But I'm telling you,
don't
we're
have
in
to give a
chapter
fuck.
BJ.
You don't have to give a fuck. but
BJ,
this
listen
is-
to me. Can I say one
What?
sentence?
Okay.
We are in chapter 3000 and you are starting in chapter 4. And you're telling me that the only part of chapter 1 to chapter 3050 is chapter 4 when the Jews were there. That's what matters, the Jews. Episode 4. Why are you skipping the 3 episodes before that? And why are you skipping the 3,000 episodes after that? Isn't that
Okay.
crazy way to approach history? Either we're
All
going
right,
to
you
start
just
from
asked me a
everybody in the
question.
world.
Let me talk. No, let me talk. Let me talk.
Begun modern.
You just asked me. We
Modern
just started from the beginning. That was the 17th century
You can't
BC,
start-
the
I just
beginning
asked
of
you-
Israel.
Why are we starting with the beginning of Israel? Why not
Because
before that? That land was
that's
there.
what I wanted to know. I wanted to know who was there first. That's why I'm starting there from the beginning. Why you want me to start 4,000 years later? What are you talking about?
I want you to start either when the whole entire thing started, when the first people populated this land, or in this realm.
So
that we
when was
exist
that?
in today.
When was that?
That was when the Phoenicians were there. Let me pull up the exact year because I'm more focused in history from 500 years ago, but let me just get that for you. It was the Hasmonean Maccabean Kingdom, 140 BC. After
Okay,
the
we went further back than 140 BC.
What?
We was
went
in
what?
17th century BC. What are you talking about?
No, that was before. You said 63 BC. That whole shit was like in the 60s and 70s.
17th century BC. They started with
Yeah, that's
Abraham
1600.
and Jacob and Isaac and them niggas.
All right, so what the first? So that's when you think the first people that inhabited the land were Abraham
Yes.
and Isaac, the three people. All right,
Yes.
well I can refute that very easily. Let me just get the names of them because that's definitely not.
Why are you looking that up? Why are you looking that up? To what I'm being taught now.
Well,
the Jews was there first.
Let me say this: the way it popped up on the skit that you showed, all of these white people was popping up like in that region. I mean, they showed Abraham as a white man, they showed Jesus as a white man. So that history is just his story. That's not accurate.
So let me ask you this. Was Jacob and them people, are they real? Was they there at that time?
No, what I'm saying is Netanyahu, the colonialist of that empire that I guess Hitler kicked out were not the original people from that land. They're not the original Israelites.
We didn't even get there, Kurt. You going from the color of the fucking animation of the people to Netanyahu to who Hitler kicked out.
We talking about.
Listen,
You talking about Jews?
Let's do this. We're right here where we are. Where we stopped the video, that's where we at. You talking about the color of the cartoon characters. Come on, bro. Go ahead, Nadia.
Bro, I mean, that's where your information was coming from.
I'm not looking at color, bro. I'm getting the information, bro. If you're looking at, that's childlike. Be for real. Go ahead, Nadia.
The reason I'm saying that this is even incorrect is because there was indigenous Arab people within that land at the same time as Jews. They both actually have a strong heritage and history of being there in the land.
Around what time? What was the time frame of that?
It's around the same time that they're talking about this. I forget, but the same time they're talking around this. It's like if you look at the ancestry of this land, the ancestry suggests that there was indigenous Arab people as much as there was Jews who are within the same standpoint. And I think there was actually
but we got to have a time frame on that, Nadia.
Well, I'm saying that around this time, and unless you have something accurate to say, this is a video, and it almost looks like a perk review video, funny enough. But my standpoint is, that's what I was taught and educated to know, that there is ancestry between indigenous Arab people being there just as much as Jews being in the same land. But no, you are when you're suggesting that they were the first.
No,
if you're saying that they're the first, then that means that they weren't there.
Just like, okay, so just like in the beginning, right? You're a Christian, you believe in the Bible. Just like in the beginning, it started as one group of people in a certain place of land, in a certain in a certain land. There was one group of people, right? Then they migrated. This went all the way back to Jacob and them niggas, Abraham and them. We're starting there. Okay, so where was the Arabs at when we're starting here with Abraham and them?
So this is also something to articulate as well, that Judaism is a religion. It does not. There's also Palestinians who are Jews. So when you're saying that, you're not even realizing that you're incorrect to begin with, because these people are Palestinian irregardless. That's their religion. That's not their, yes, technically in this society, we could say that being Jewish is also a term to say that's your ethnicity too. But in reality, these people were also Arab. Arab means the place you're coming from, like that region. You could be Jew and be Arab at the same time.
Is that true, Noah?
100% true. That's exactly what I wanted to say. Nadia, you nailed it. Basically, we can't keep talking about religion.
The time frame where I'm at.
DJ, we can't keep talking about religion in the same sentence and then using terms like Arab and Jews are not two conflicting things. It's either Jews and Muslims, the religions, or Arab and whatever country you want to put. These are countries, races. Okay, so when you're talking about the reason I tell you that ancient history is irrelevant, BJ, because when you're talking about the current landscape of people in what's known as Israel and people in Palestine, the Jews in Israel right now are European in modern history. They're all from Europe. They have no ancestry. That's why it has the highest skin cancer rate, because the actual Jews, the descendants of Judea, these are completely different people. These European Jews are not descendants of Judea. As much as their religion wants them to believe that, they are not. They just chose to practice this religion. They come from Europe, an entirely different land that was separated by oceans forever.
Okay.
So until they could fly,
let me ask you this.
The airplane, BJ.
Let me ask you this. Yo, listen.
Let me finish a point. Until we,
you gotta hurry up, man.
Until we
because I gotta listen to you, I gotta listen to Nadia, and I gotta listen to Kurt, and I only get to talk one time.
Some bullshit like this.
Go ahead.
That's what happens. So until they discovered planes, BJ, these people in Europe could never come to their homeland, their ancestral homeland. They could never come to it because they never knew what it was. They're different people. It's not in their blood. Okay, they get skin cancer when they visit there on vacation. They get skin cancer. They have the highest rate of skin cancer in the world. So when you're telling me the Jews came there first or this came there first, the first people from 3000 BCE until 63 BCE, they came right before Judea. These people were called, I don't know how to say it in English. It's called Canaanites, Canaanites. That people, they're Semitic.
Arabs, when I do a DNA test, at least 20% of my blood is from these people. That's where Arabs come from. And that's where Jews also come from. Real Jews that were born from Judea, they have that in their DNA. That's why when people say anti-Semitic, Arabs always say that's stupid, because Arabs are Semites and Israelis are Semites too, not Israelis. Jews that are descendants of from Judea are Semites too, because we all came from this one tribe. And then a part of this tribe, BJ, decided to invent this religion or practice this religion, or they started talking to God, and they invented something called Judaism. And then it became a Jewish land. Just because you invent a religion and give it a name doesn't mean suddenly this matters more than whoever came before you. Because guess what? There's 300 religions that people invented, and we're not handing out countries to everybody that invents a religion. Because they did.
Let me ask you a question, man. Come on, man. Come on. Let me ask you a question, right? So, in Jerusalem, because Palestine wasn't even around, in Jerusalem, who populated Jerusalem? Was it
the first person in history to populate it?
Yeah. Who was the first? What was the first
population? It was a Semite. It was a
Jerusalem?
Canaanite. A Semite.
What was after the Canaanite?
After that was descendants of the Canaanites. They were still part of the same group, but part of them gained power and created a Jewish homeland. So they started being called Jews. But what are they still? They still have a religion.
Okay,
so
all right, so there go that word again. There go that word again. The Jews.
Something called Judaism.
Okay, so there go that word again. The Jews.
But why is that?
I'm just asking questions, man.
This is the world. You can't use that term.
What?
You can't say that what came after that is Jews. What came after that is Canaanites that practice Judaism.
Okay.
You want to call it Jews, you're going to include the whole world. There's Moroccan Jews, there's Syrian Jews.
So Jews was the first ones there.
I'm staying right here in this land, right here. They're Canaanite Jews. That's what you're saying? Because this is more or less a religious war. This is a religious war. This is Jews versus Islam. This is Judaism versus Islam.
It's so wrong to say it's a religious war. This has nothing to do with religion. This war is entirely about colonialism. It's about big superpowers like England and France and America, superpowers handing out third world countries that are ex-colonies, handing it out and giving it to other people out of alliances. This is what it's about. It's about land. It's about stealing somebody else's land. It's about what the entire colonialism thing was. Before Palestine was taken by Israel, it was colonized by England. It was a handover.
When was Palestine taken by Israel?
What?
What do you mean, the British?
When was Palestine taken by Israel?
I would say the first real. It started in the early 1900s, but the first real moment was 1948.
So when did Israel get taken?
Israel never got taken.
Because Israel was before Palestine, right?
No, it wasn't. The name Israel did not come before Palestine. Israel never got taken.
So when did Jerusalem come?
Jerusalem is a city in Palestine. Jerusalem has nothing to do. Basically, when England was handing over Palestine, England did something called the Balfour Declaration. They established in 1917 that they were going to create a Jewish state.
Yo, you in the 1900s. I'm still in the BC.
What? BJ,
you're in the 1900s. I'm still in the BC.
You can't say the word Israel and tell me you're in BC. You're not.
So what was it? What was it in BC?
What BC? 60 BC, Judea.
We back on the Jews. we back with the Jews. So let me ask you this: were these the Arab Jews? That's what you're saying?
Which ones? Who's these?
1600 BC.
Semite Jews. They're the Semite Jews, and BJ. They were my grandfather's neighbors. I told you this before on this podcast. My grandfather lived in Jaffa, a city that had the highest Jewish in Palestine. They were among Arabs, among Arab Muslims, and my grandfather's neighbor was a Jewish family.
Okay, thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Andrea, because it was the Jewish homeland first. It was the Jewish homeland first. They abandoned it, and Palestinians moved in and occupied it for generations. Then Israelis decided to take it back and fight for it. Continues to this day. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you. Thank you.
That is I'm sorry.
Because what I just saw was the Jews, whether they was white, black, or whatever color they was. The Jews. Hold on, no, because I just listened to y'all. Let me just say what I just saw. All right. The Jews were there first. Then the Roman Empire came with the Christians and kicked the Jews in their ass. Then the Asians came, the Mongolians, Turkish people came and kicked the Jews in their ass. And then the Islamic people came, the Ottoman Empire came and kicked the Jews in their ass, and the Jews ran to Europe. And then they stayed in Europe for a time period frame, and then Hitler and them came, kicked the Jews in the ass, and sent them back to Israel, Palestine, whatever you want to say now. You know what I mean? And that was in the 1900s when they came back, because they had to get away from Hitler. That's what I saw. No matter what the title and the names y'all want to play with, all I'm saying is that's what I saw. Them people that claim to be Jewish or Judaism or whatever was there first, is what I saw. Go ahead, Nadia.
DJ, first, go ahead, Nadia. Nadia, we can't hear you. You're on mute.
My bad. All I was trying to articulate is regardless of what you're saying, you keep saying Jews were there, these are still Arabs at the end of the day. They're Arab Jews.
Yeah, I don't care about that, and they don't care about that neither. Israelis, what they practice, they're Jewish, right? They're Jews. The Zionist Jews.
But
right?
so actually, you're incorrect about that. Also,
I'm asking questions. That's a question. Yes or no?
Okay, let's start with the definition of Zionism.
First off, no, that's incorrect, because ultimately these people that do look more Arab are being discriminated against, even though they are Jews, even when they do live in Israel. So no, you're not correct about that, and it has a lot.
That was a question. I was asking a question. So Netanyahu and them that's bombing the Palestinians and all that, and everything that's going on over there. Those people that's against your people, Nor, those aren't all Jews.
Netanyahu is from Poland, the country in Europe.
What are they representing? Because this is some gang religion shit. What are they representing? What he rep?
Zionism, the definition of Zionism.
Why are they making it so difficult?
Zionism. They are Zionists.
They just said the Christian sect came over there and kicked them in their ass. You know what I'm saying? They represent a group of people, Zionist Jews, right?
Zionists. But do you know what the word Zionism means? It is the movement.
I don't care what it means. I'm just trying to separate the two people that's fighting. Now you're making it seem like they're all together.
Well, can I explain?
The definition of Zionism is the movement for the establishment of a Jewish state. If there was already a Jewish state, then why is the entire movement about the establishment of a Jewish state for Zionists, for Jewish people fleeing from persecution in other countries? There's different sects of Judaism. Not all of them are the same. The only Jewish people that are from the Mediterranean, from that land, are Sephardi Jews. Ashkenazi Jews are from a whole different part of the world. It's a religion. You can practice a religion in any corner in the world. It's not a geographically limited thing. I can be a Muslim in Zimbabwe or in Tunis or in America. It does not have anything to do with the land. That's why I keep saying it's not about religion. Because there's the Jewish movement to bring European Jews that got nothing to do with the land and establish. The word establishment is in the definition of Zionism. How are you establishing something you already had? You're establishing a state. Their slogan was a land without a people for a people without a land. That was the slogan of Zionism. If you're calling yourselves a people without a land, how are you claiming now that this is your land?
Who are you talking about now? Who are you talking
Zionists, the Israelis that are occupying my country today. Zionism, right. Netanyahu's ass. Netanyahu's Polish, European, white ass. That's what I'm talking about.
So when did it become your country? When did it become your country?
Omar, the Ottoman Empire. My grandparents are descendants of the Ottoman Empire. My grandmother.
The Ottoman Empire came after the Judaism people. They the ones that kicked them out your land.
My grandmother.
The Ottoman Empire came from Turkish, came from somewhere else to Jerusalem, to Israel, ran them niggas up out of there. They ran to Europe and they came back. Why are we skipping that?
The Romans ran them out 2,000 years ago. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I said I was going to the beginning. I said I was going to the beginning. I see what it is, Will.
There's
They
a
really
people
want to
that
skip
comes
over that
before
shit.
the There's a people that came before Judea, and there's a people that came after Judea that had nothing to do with the Jews. So for you to pinpoint that segment of time from 64 BC onwards as the critical period,
No,
when
no,
there
no,
was
no,
a
no. We went
separate
further
people,
back, 1700 BC.
in order to these three boys you saw, Abraham and his little boyfriends on the screen that you put up, these people had to overthrow
Boyfriend.
Jericho to
So
get where they
Abraham
got.
was gay?
No, I don't know what these people were. His friends,
Why you
his
say that?
friends. BJ, he had to overthrow the Canaanites. He had to take their land from them to make it a Jewish homeland. He took it from the Canaanites and he established a Jewish homeland because he had an hallucination that God was speaking to him about this land.
Who did?
So now I
Who
gotta
did?
respect this man's ideas about what his God gave him, which he took from another people, and then it got taken from him. But you want me to just focus on that period when he had it, like it means it's theirs? Why is
I'm
that
just
the only
asking. I'm
period
just
you care
asking
about?
questions, yo.
Well, so to be honest, though, I don't necessarily know if this is what you were trying to say, Nor. But even to credit, I think that Palestinians, again, those people, the Canaanites, have always been there. And when we're talking about this issue now, you're talking about European Jews coming towards a land that they never had any connection to because they never belonged there to
I'm
begin.
not talking about European Jews. I'm not.
But you don't even understand that
Yeah,
that's
No, I'm
what
not.
you're
I'm in
saying.
1700 BC. They didn't even go to Europe
we're in
yet.
biblical time.
Can I actually finish saying what I'm trying to
No,
say?
don't tell me what I'm talking about. Y'all do that all the time. Don't tell me what I'm
Well,
talking
because
about and
you're
you
not
wrong.
correct, and you don't know what the hell you're
I'm
talking about.
1700 BC. They were not European Jews. I'm not talking about European Jews.
BJ, if you took 2 seconds to listen to what's coming out my mouth,
I've been listening to y'all all night, bro, but don't tell me what I'm saying. Go ahead, Nadia.
Say, because you're trying to come through and just say whatever you feel and what you think I'm trying to say to you, rather than just listening. But ultimately, what I'm trying to say is Arab,
You keep
indigenous
repeating
people.
yourself, bro. For real. You
Because
just
you're
said this.
obviously not understanding something that I'm saying. It's not clicking for you. That's why I'm repeating myself. Because if you would listen to me, you keep saying the Jews have been here since the beginning. They've been here since the beginning. And what I'm trying to articulate to you is that Noor and her bloodline has been there since the very beginning of time. And the Jews that you're talking about, the ones that you keep bringing up, those are European Jews because they come after the fact. When you're talking about Zionism, that comes after the Balfour Declaration, which means that those are people who are migrating after the fact, after World War II, from extermination. Those people are claiming that they have ownership of the land that they don't have ownership over.
Hey, yo, so where do European Jews come from? Where do European Jews come from?
Europe.
All right, so once again, in 1700 BC, 17th century BC, right? Those weren't European Jews.
No,
they were Arab.
So what is she talking about? How many times I gotta say that? What is she talking about? I'm talking about the Jews, the Judaism people from 1700 BC. Why is she still talking to me about European Jews? Why we can't get that correct? Now let's move on to the next people. 1700 BC. They didn't go to Europe yet. They're not European Jews yet. They've been there.
DJ, you're acting like
you're breaking up, Noah.
These people get up and become European.
You're breaking up.
Move to the next part. They're gonna become who they are, and the Europeans are gonna stay who they are. They're different people. They're a different race, a different ethnicity. They're not gonna morph into each other just because they practice the same religion.
The modern day Jews are not the original Semitic people. They are Europeans masquerading as Jews while they are actually descendants of Japheth, the father of Europeans, and now they claim Semitic. So Dawu, you talking about the Jews now. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the beginning. Or whatever, the Canaanites.
All right, then let's start using the correct words. No, that's not the correct word. Sephardi Jews. Those are the Jews that come from Judea. Sephardi Jews. It's a very small segment of them.
Okay.
The word Jews.
No, your phone breaking up. Your phone breaking up. The true definition of Semitic is an Afro-Asiatic people, meaning Africa and Eastern Asian. Okay, I'm still on Jerusalem, bro. 1700 BC. Go ahead, Noah. Go ahead, Will. I'm
Can you
pause
hear
that
me?
joint. Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead.
World War
I
I
just wanted to read
exploded
this
and
sentence.
ended with the collapse.
Hold
Let me see
on.
what she. Go ahead.
Can I just read this sentence to you? Um, the Okay, so basically the Israelites, and that's according to the Hebrew Bible, okay? And according, like, that's their rendition of it. The Israelites under Joshua entered Canaan after their exodus from Egypt in 1200 BCE. They fought wars against Canaanite city-states, including Jericho, Hazor, and Ai, and they overthrew them, claiming the land as their God-given inheritance. That's what I mean when I say they had a hallucination that God gave them this land. They killed a bunch of people, took their land, and said, God said, that's mine.
You
And
said
that's what
who?
you're
That's
asking me to
Joshua.
honor right now. That
You
deal that
said
they
who? That
made with
what people
God.
is that? What people
That
was
is
that?
the Israelites under Joshua. They're called Israelites. These are the people that are the what's it called? The Sephardi Jews.
Bye, Andrea.
Okay.
See you
All right.
next
Okay, so
week.
those people fought a war against the Canaanites, and they took their land, and they said that's God said that's mine.
And they took the land from who?
They took from the Canaanites, the Semites, the original Semites, the first people that ever occupied this land.
And what was the Canaanites? Y'all keep going back to the
Semites.
Canaanites.
They were Arabs. My ancestry, both Sephardi Jews and Arabs are descendants of Canaanites. I am a descendant of a Canaanite. My Sephardi Jewish brothers are descendants of Canaanites. The Netanyahu is not a descendant of a Canaanite.
It's like talking to a toddler, bro. Been saying this over and over again. Arabs, 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 Arabs. They're the first people there. Jesus.
You said Arabs could be Jews though. I
Because
already
they
know.
can.
I already
That is
know.
a religion.
Nadia, let me talk, bro. Like y'all gotta relax, my nigga. Like, okay, if you right, you right. I don't care. Like, you right, Nadia. That's what you want to hear.
Thank
You're right.
you. Thank you.
I knew we were gonna get there. I knew we were gonna get there.
If the Arabs was there, the people you're talking about was practicing Judaism, right?
Which people?
The people you talk, I guess the Canaanites.
The Sephardi Jews?
Yeah.
The Canaanites were not practicing Judaism. They actually were worshiping like more than 7 gods. They were worshiping statues. They were kind of crazy. The Canaanites had a very strange religion. Judaism was not a thing. It was it was basically, they were practicing, let me see. I definitely know they have multiple gods, and I think some of them were statues.
I see it says poly.
A pantheon of gods and goddesses associated with natural forces and fertility. The polytheistic Canaanite religion was a polytheistic belief system practiced in ancient Levant, characterized by a pantheon of gods and goddesses associated with natural forces and fertility. The storm god, the supreme god, the veneration of the dead. They had multiple gods. It had nothing to do with Judaism.
Shut the hell up, Dr. Kelly.
And then people started making religions.
So when you say, all
Take
right, so
a fucking seat.
Joshua and them fought the Canaanites, what were they?
Israelites at the time. They were Jews. They started talking about a Jewish homeland. So the people that came after these people, they said, fuck all the multiple gods. We're going to start something new. We believe in one God. God told us this is our land. We're going to have to kill everybody and take your land.
And they was Arab too?
No, they were not Arab. Arab was not really a term at the time. It was Semites. The ancestor, they were Semites. It was a part of them. They separated. A part of the people, the Canaanites, a part of them started practicing. They didn't really separate. They came from ancient Egypt, but that's when it started. Like before that, there was no concept of Judaism. That's when they started this religion. And
okay, so now we in 1200 BC.
Now we're in 63 BC. 63 BC is when
nigga done skipped all over 1700 BC.
Yeah, it was a long time that the Canaanites ruled.
1200 BC. Now we
I'm
in
telling
60
you, Canaanites
BC.
ruled for a long time. Look, Canaanite rule of Palestine time period. I think it was more than, hold on. It was from 3500 BC to 1200 BC. And then the Israelites were from 1200 BC till 65 BC.
Right,
so the
now
Canaanites ruled for 10 times as longer, for 8 times as longer than the Judea part did. Listen to the numbers. It's 3,500 till 1,200, and then it's 1,200 till 65. So it's 3 times longer.
1265 is who?
Israelites.
And you said that was Judaism, right?
Yeah, that was the
All right. So now 65. After 65, who's that coming? Who's that coming to fight the
Roman
Judaism
Empire.
people?
The Roman Empire came and fucked with Judea.
Islam.
No, the Roman Empire was not Islam.
Oh, no, I thought you said Ottoman. My bad. So
No,
Roman Empire. That's the Christians.
Yeah, it was, but they were polytheistic initially. I think Christianity
Christians,
emerged
Catholic,
out of
that's whatever. So all right, so now they
no, but
coming.
Christians emerged. They kind of went back to a similar religion to the Canaanites. It was a polytheistic religion. It was not one of the three Abrahamic religions.
All right, so now they there. Now they there to kick the Jews in the ass, right?
Yep.
All right, so now they kicked the Jews in the ass, which they ran the Jews back to Europe, right? Oh, well, in Europe.
No. There was no running to Europe at the time. There was nothing. Everybody stayed in their land, but they were all running.
Stayed there.
Both.
All right,
They
so
could
what's
not
next?
get to Europe.
What's next?
I don't know where they got kicked out to. Let's see. Where did
After
they
the Roman
get?
Empire, because we just saw this, but what's next? The Mongolian, the Asian Empire, right?
So
the Mongols.
The Jews still lived in these countries, but as a Roman province. When it became Roman, the Jews still were there. They never moved to Europe. They never moved anywhere.
Yeah, that's okay. That's when they killed Jesus and all that. But who's next? All right, who came next?
So the uprising against. Okay, so after they defeated the Jews. Oh, Rome banned Jews from Jerusalem, turning it into a Roman colony. And then after.
And Jerusalem is in Israel.
Hold on, I'm trying to see what came after.
Nadia, you know what came after? You know what came after?
I surely don't, but I know
I know a few things about that though.
That's why I want to know the timeline.
Yeah.
Y'all rushing in 1940. Nah.
Okay, so there was a revolt that established a Jewish state after that, about 60 years after the Roman Empire, and now we're 135 CE. Jews led by Simon Bar Kokhba revolted again, briefly establishing an independent Jewish state.
So it's still the Jewish state. I don't know what race they are, but I know the religion is still the Jewish state. I don't care about the race. Whatever they were, Arab, whatever they were, the religion was the Jews, huh?
No, it was polytheistic. The Jews ruled for a shorter amount than the people that believed in multiple gods and multiple. The Roman Empire also had like some Greek gods.
So who came after the Romans?
Why are you saying it's the Jews? I don't get it. We just said that wasn't we just said
we passed that. We passed that. We at 65, wherever we at. The Romans is there. Who next? Because in the video, we going the same way the video just played. Y'all trying to dispute the video.
No, we're not. The video skipped the Canaanites entirely. The video conveniently started.
It started at 1700.
Abraham and his buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Abraham and his buddies, conveniently omitting 2,000 years between 3,500 BC to 1,500 was very conveniently omitted, and that's not strange to you. All right.
It started when it was convenient. That's the issue.
Roman conquest. Okay. And then there came the Persian period.
Okay.
That's
the Asians, right?
The independent Jewish kingdoms ended at the Assyrian conquest of Israel and the Babylonian conquest. So the Assyrians and the Babylonians. Let's see what religions those were.
What year Islam came?
The Assyrians were predominantly Christian. That's when the Christians came in.
Okay.
Assyrians and Babylonians, I think they were also
showed that too. The video showed the Jewish.
Babylonians were polytheistic. So we're back to the Assyrians took some of the Jewish kingdoms and then the Babylonians took some. So now it's the Jewish kingdom is back to being Christian and polytheistic. There's no more Judaism. All Jewish kingdoms were taken.
Now, when did Islam come?
And then the Persians came. They conquered Babylon. And then Alexander the Great came.
A lot of people kick the Jews in the ass.
I'm tired of
PJ,
this.
where you want to go with this? How far are we
I'm
going?
tired
All
of
right, the
this.
Ottomans came. The Ottomans came,
Yeah,
and guess
to
what?
them. That's where I'm. What year that was?
The Ottomans, the 19th century.
Okay.
Even before, when it started, I think 17th started, but it lasted until the 19th century.
Okay, and that's after.
So let's do it.
They
Yeah.
ain't want to watch the video, Cross. They ain't want to watch the video. The
Oh,
video
what?
said the
If
same
you
thing.
continue to the relevant time. Let me. Do you
The
want to do
video
the
said the
relevant
same
time
thing, bro. I
period?
promise.
The video started in an inconvenient spacing without acknowledging that Canaanites existed or that Arabs were on that land first.
It ain't an Arab thing.
Okay, so that's where the disconnect within
How
this
is it
whole
not an Arab
conversation
thing?
is. Hold on.
It's a Jewish versus Islam thing.
It's not. That's what the media likes to portray it as, but that's not what it is. It's really colonialism. All it is determining who has ownership towards land. And at the end of the day, the reason this is a huge issue is because the British promised this land to multiple people and ended up giving it to white Jews. Came over because they said that's their preordained land, and they're kicking out and hurting the indigenous Arab people. That is the real sense of the issue. And if you believe that it's religious, then God bless your
That
heart.
you know what that sound like? That sound like the immigration policy that's going on now.
Everybody does it, Kurt. It happens to everybody.
Right.
Everybody does it.
Well, the immigrants, the Israelis or the immigrants that want to take over those people's land.
Bingo.
PJ, I have a very easy way to convince you how wrong you are. If you think this is a religious war
Hold on.
today,
What am I
and you
wrong
need-
about?
All right, you're wrong about the fact that this is a religious war and that this is anything about Muslims versus Jews. Because the first presence of Muslims in that region was with Al-Khalifa Umar bin Khattab when he defeated the Byzantine forces, and the forces that he defeated were Christian. So the first Muslim ownership of that piece of land was not Muslims taking it from Jews. It was Muslims taking it from Christians.
Love y'all.
So how are you going to
Ain't
say
it-
that today
ain't
all
it
of a
the
sudden
same
because
thing?
Muslims? It has nothing to do with religion. It was 3 billion. I just told you it was multiple polytheistic religions. It was multiple people. It was Jews were not the
let me
first
ask you
people. They
this.
were not the last people. There's nothing significant about Jews except the fact that they keep telling us
Okay,
that they're
all
significant
right, I got it, bro.
because they
I
really
got it.
believe in what God told them. There was nothing significant
Christianity.
about Jews in that
What's the
region.
difference? What's the difference between Christianity and Judaism?
They're all three Islam, Christianity, and Judaism are three Abrahamic religions that are monotheistic. They believe in the same God. They have to. They're similar.
Different
Different
holy
books,
books.
but similar concepts. They believe in the same God.
Different holy books. That's the difference. You have the Torah, you have the Bible, and you have the Quran, and they favor different disciples. That is the true
Dawu,
difference.
is there a difference between Christianity and Judaism?
Yes, there is.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Isn't the Old Testament closer to Judaism? And then they, what? Yeah, I guess Christians just believe in the New Testament. Yeah, Jews just believe in the New Testament. Christians believe in the Old one. We're the opposite. Jews don't believe in the New Testament.
I thought they followed the Torah. No?
Go ahead.
That's
I
the
was just
holy
looking it
book.
up.
Yeah. Yeah, Nadia made a good point. The difference is in their beliefs about messengers, about who the messenger is, and some of them believe that the messenger didn't come. Some of them believe the messenger is coming back. Some of them believe the messenger is the son of God. Some of them believe that God has no sons. It's just technical shit.
Yeah, it's their disciples and who they favor disciples. Because when you look at Catholicism, for instance, they favor Jesus's mother, Mary, a lot more than they do in Christianity. Also, on that note, I'm gonna love y'all. Good luck with the
All right, yeah,
education.
we about to head out too. So no, you later, Nadia.
DJ, who got you believing that Jews were so
Good
important
night.
to this land other than this video? Is it just this
You
video
said
that
what?
made you believe? Who got you believing that Jews were so integral to this land that we're talking about? Is it just this video, or do you have any other reason to believe that
No,
the Jews?
I never even said that. want to know who was there first. Whenever
No,
when
the
I
only
asked you that
What do you know
before,
now,
when
BJ?
I asked you that, because no, when I asked you that before, you started at 1900.
BJ, because all of this shit is insignificant to the current problem. It has nothing to do with it.
Nah, see that's
Every
how
historian.
you feel. That's how you feel. I want to know who was there
BJ, all
first.
right, then we don't need to talk anything about America. If you think going that far back is significant, then fuck all we talk about politics and this, that. Everybody get the fuck out and give it back to the Native Americans. Because you want to take it that far back. Because why the Native Americans? Nobody wants to talk about them. Have you talked about the Native Americans one time in this podcast?
Nah, because we
you
wasn't.
don't give a fuck
We
that
could
you're
talk.
sitting on land that's not yours.
Kurt said he's Native American, so we could talk about that's fine too. But we was talking about Israel. I spoke to you about this, so I don't even understand why. I just want to know who was there first. Why is that
like
so triggering to you?
It's because it's such an entitled American content. It's such an entitled colonial power mindset to go to these third world countries and say, we're going to go back and say where this came from or whatever, because we're all ex-colonies of these superpowers. As an American, as a European, as an English person, French person, or American, I want these three types of people to not say this shit, because I think it's very entitled and annoying as hell to tell the people that for you, we're going to trace back your history to 6000 BCE and see which religion came first. But to us, we're here. So that's all that fucking matters. I think that's entitled and colonial and
emotional, man. Let me talk to Nadia. You're too emotional.
Well, BJ, listen to what I'm saying and don't care about my
because it's called history. It's called history, no. That's it.
But nobody, you don't want to. What do you mean? Your history starts with what? Have you ever gone back before Black people came to the U.S.?
All the time. Yes. That's how I know my history, no. Yes, that's how I know my history.
About that, BJ. We don't talk about who owns the land today based on who owned the land back then. That's not how we talk about America. That's not how we talk about England. That's not how we talk about France. That's how we talk about third world countries.
That wasn't the point of none of this. I just wanted to know, Nor. I just wanted to know. Jesus Christ, bro, you gotta relax. I just wanted to know.
I'm not mad.
You when I asked you who was there first. When I asked you who was there first, you and Kurt. I asked you and Kurt who was there first when it started and all that. Y'all went to 1940. So
no.
When I went to the internet started at 1700th century BC. Why is that so hard? Why is that so difficult for you?
Well, she went to 3000 BC. Which is it's before the 1900 BC. 3000 is greater, so that goes back a little bit further.
I know that, Kurt. I know that.
So my problem is Israel migrated, or in other words, immigrants from back in Moses' days, where God supposedly told, Pharaoh, let my people go, right? They migrated. Those are immigrants that came to a land that belonged to somebody else.
See the problem. The problem is here I am sitting here, right, trying to learn something, right, and you can't even learn nothing from people that supposedly know everything. You know what I mean? Because they too busy wanting to fuss and fight and argue. Nadia telling me I'm wrong and I'm asking questions.
Right.
I've been asking questions the whole time, sitting here asking questions. I never said I know anything. I said from the beginning, Davon, right or wrong, from the beginning I said this is Israel versus Palestine for dummies. They missed all of that. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me. So they missed all of that. Hold on, Davon. You go after me. I'm going to let you go right after me. They missed all of that. So I'm sitting here saying from the video, from the history I got, whether it's white people, whatever, forget the color of the skin. I'm just saying where it started at, what these people were, this, that, and the third. Let's go from there. We could go from 3,500. I don't care. I looked it up. I wanted to know when this began. It started me at 1700. Last week or the week before, when I asked Nor and Kurt, when did this begin? They started at 1900 AD.
The reason why?
So I went to look for my own information. But now when I bring my information that I seen, that I found, they flipping. She's flipping out.
You know the
flipping
reason
out,
why
cursing,
BJ
want to
say.
argue and stuff. I'm asking simple questions, bro. You got to be able. You
You
knew
know
we
why
was
the
about to
reason why
talk about
BJ
this.
say.
You got to be able to explain it without getting all upset and emotional about
You
it.
know the
I'm
reason
asking
why BJ
questions.
say.
I'm
You know
not
the reason
taking
why
y'all
BJ
land
say.
from y'all. I don't got nothing to do with that. I'm asking questions. I just want to know about it. That's it. Go ahead, Davon.
The reason why BJ say all the time he gonna go viral with Noah or Nordia because y'all take the bait every time. The first thing he said was, "No, tell me what they
You
got wrong
breaking
in the
up.
You
video."
breaking up, Davon.
You took it as a bait question. He knew you. My
Tell me
bad.
what? What did he say?
I'm not even trying to bait them in. I'm not trying to
The
bait them
very
in or
first
go
thing.
viral and none of that shit. I'm dead serious, wanting to know the history. God
BJ.
damn.
All right.
That's crazy.
BJ, your first mistake was not showing me the video before and telling me what you're planning to use as the Palestine and Israel for dummies. Because first of all, Israel's budget, since we were talking about budget, Israel spends up more than 200 million. I don't know if you use Hulu, but after October 7, I was getting advertisements talking about the Israel is very good at propaganda. They've been doing that. They literally were found conclusively to have doctored videos of Hamas in tunnels, to have literally made these videos on a little computer and technology, and made fake videos. So when you want to bring a video and say this is Israel and Palestine for dummies, and the video conveniently starts with when the Israelites got into the equation, does not say that the Israelites had to kill people in Jericho to get that land, does not say that the Israelites had to take over and establish their Jewish state from a people that practice a polytheistic religion. Your crash course for Israel and Palestine for dummies is very biased, and it's not for dummies. It's for Israeli dummies. It's for Jewish dummies. It's for a very specific segment of dummies.
All right, so at
When
the
you
end of the
want to bring
day,
a video
the
like that,
video I
that was
use,
what got me aggravated personally. You were presenting this as an objective source of the an objective overview of the conflict, and acting like I had to fight this video when this video is clearly biased. Why does it start at the wrong time? You talk about Iceland at the wrong time.
at the end of the day, Noah, the video is what I used. You could have just easily said, "Nah, BJ, we need to go back. We need to go to 3,500."
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't agree with that.
It ain't about none of that. It ain't about none of that. It ain't about it being funded by Israeli or whatever. It ain't about none of that, because when you did your own time frame of these people, then the Romans, then it was the same time frame as the video. Am I lying? It was the same time frame with the same people. It was the same time frame with the same people. You didn't change nothing. You didn't
How
change
did I not
nothing.
change nothing when I introduced the whole people that existed there before Jewish
That's
people?
fine. Nobody argued that with you.
Change anything to you?
Nobody argued that with you. That's fine. That's what you were supposed to do. What's the problem?
And that's not, I'm telling you, I just think you presented that video as summary
So
of the
what?
topic.
What I presented? I'm not from there.
And my argument isn't that we should go further back. My argument is that what the hell do I care what was happening 4,000 years ago and who was saying what
You don't
God
have
was
to
telling
care.
you?
We're doing history. We're talking about history because we don't know. See, that's the problem. People just want to start here today. Yo, it should be this way. We doing this or we fighting this. We don't even know.
How many times
But y'all
did
can't
you
even. Y'all all act alike. Y'all don't. Nobody wants to even produce the history or the facts of anything. They just want you to side with them. That's all I'm saying, Kurt. I just want to know, Kurt, about everything. About everything, Kurt. I'm not picking sides.
That's why I listen.
I'm not choosing sides, Kurt. I just want to know. That's it.
Right, I understand that, and I never disputed that. But we got to also understand language. His story, those stories that are being propagated to us, who was here first and this and that and the third. It's all about the land. It's about the geographical area of where Palestine and the established Israeli state is today. Were the Israelis there first? The first indigenous people? Hell no.
That's what I'm trying to get to, Kurt.
I know.
No matter how she feel, what's important and not important, I want to know, where did the history of the people in this land started and who it was. That don't have nothing to do with what's going on today. I just want to know the history of this land. Just like I wanted to know the history of Africa, where my people is, and I researched it and I read about it and I looked it up.
BJ, I get that, but stop acting like you didn't draw a link, like you weren't acting like whoever came on today's conflict. Stop acting like this came out of nowhere, like you just started a history lesson for the fuck of history. This came out of our original topic, our original debate, which we've been debating for 300 podcast episodes. This came out of the topic of today's conflict, and you kept acting like who came first? All right, but who came first? So that means they were there first. You said that a bunch of times. So you were connecting them. You were drawing
and all
a
you had to
connection. And
do,
I was saying that you're starting at the wrong
as a
point in
lawyer,
history
especially
because that's not how we allocate land in today's world. We are not allocating the entirety of Europe to the Roman Empire. That is not how we allocate land in modern history. That's what I was saying. But now you're backtracking and you're changing your argument.
Especially as a lawyer, it would have been simple for you to just be like, nah, hell nah, BJ. They started at 1700. We need to go to 3500. It's that simple. When I looked this up, you know how many videos I had to go past that started at October 7th? Y'all know how many videos I had to scroll past that started at October 7th last year?
Paid for by the Israeli government. That's what I'm saying.
What?
How about you find that? Let me get you a Al Jazeera article from an credible news organization that has a complete overview of the entire history of that region.
Yeah, I don't care. You can do that. That's fine. Send it to me.
I will, and we can watch that next episode.
You say, y'all see, the problem is, and Kurt started this, y'all so busy wanting to be against me. That's what Nadia was trying to do. Oh, you wrong. I'm sitting here asking questions.
How did I start that?
You started that shit. Oh, we against BJ. You started that.
I ain't never started, because I agree with some of the issues that you have. I don't agree with all.
Man. You started
dude,
that months ago.
But just like you,
I'm asking questions the whole time. I've been asking questions.
That's a false narrative, because remember, months ago when we first started, you even said, I fuck with Kurt. I don't agree with everything he says. Does that mean that you?
Noah and Nadia really feels like they have to be against me.
I'm not against you on everything.
I'm just saying.
BJ, I thought we were going to be on the same side today because you sent me a message today indicating that Dawood and Shakura had enlightened you, and I thought you were enlightened today, that they had informed you about the process. And I know they're very well-informed people. I thought you would come here enlightened.
Now that's where I baited you in.
Zionist propaganda bullshit, and that's why I got a little heated.
That's where I baited you in.
Exactly, that's where you baited me. You
nah, for real though. No, for real. I just
my mind just
look. No, for real though. No, if I had a narrative I was trying to, portray here, I would have never told you what I was doing. I would have never told you about it. You would be the last person I would want up here to, you know what I'm saying, to try to pull a narrative over somebody. You know what the hell is going on. I'm asking you.
But let's keep it real. Dawood, he used you as bait. You was the worm on the hook. Dawood.
Nah, Dawood, me and Dawood was Dawood, but one thing about Dawood is gonna tell me, like, no, you're wrong. This is this. The Ottoman Empire came, boom, boom, around this time and that time. Dawood does teach. Dawood teach, bro. You know what I mean? When somebody's asking, you gotta be able to tell them. That's all.
Well, you gotta do a lot of research because we're not from that area. So a lot of our information, you gotta always consider the information from who it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Because their information
wasn't wrong, Kurt. We gotta stop even acting like the information from that video was wrong. The only problem Noah has was it started at 1700 BC. That's the only problem with Noah. That's it.
And it's alleged.
Because when she went from 1700 BC to 65 BC, she was on track. Her and the video was on the same track.
Can we just continue the video? Let me see what it's going to say about modern history.
No.
Send me that video.
It's over with now.
Then I can tell you exactly what's wrong with it. Because I know where this is going.
I'm out of here, man. I'm going to bed. Yeah, I'm going to bed.
I'm going to send you the video, though.
Send me the video.
Send you the video.
And I'm going to send you an itemized list of everything wrong with it.
Huh?
I'm going to send you an itemized list of everything wrong with that video. With credible resources. That's what you want, right?
I'm going to bed, man. Good night, everybody.
You can send it to me. I'm going to take whatever you send. And I'm going to research what you send me. Just like I researched Dawood, what Dawood tell me. I fact check everything Dawood say. Yeah. What's up, Will? Will sleep, man. Y'all put Will to sleep.
Yeah, Will done went and got
bed, man. I'm going to
We'll always go hide out.
Argument gets circular, then people start flicking through channels.
Nah, because they trying to beat a point. Well, it was mostly Nadia. She was trying to beat a point of the Jews. The Arabs could be Jews and this, that, and the European Jews. I wasn't even talking about them.
And then,
I'm
Cross said,
1700.
then she get aggravated and sleepy and then leave us.
Yeah, they both getting wild. They both wilding for no reason.
Nora putting her hair up and shit. Man, I can't deal.
I'm out.
Send me your itemized list.
I will. Send me the video right away. I'm gonna watch it right now. That's my homework. See y'all next episode.
Next episode. Good night, y'all, man.
All right, we out.
All right, Cuzzo.
All right, yo.
Yeah, we have fun, y'all. See y'all next time. Appreciate it.
Next time, you know it.
Hey, no, let me ask you one question.
Always.
He lying. He lying.
Let me ask you one question. Okay, y'all did the 3-on-3 basketball, right?
Yeah.
BJ, when you gonna start the handball tournament?
Don't nobody play handball but me and you.
Oh, come on, man. There's a lot more people than that play handball. Doubles and heads up.
Oh,
we got a whole
damn, I'm looking for the video.
we got a whole handball court in St. Louis. A nice one. It's out in Forest Park.
Yeah, that's a fact. We don't even have no handball court out here.
What?
They got one in Atlanta.
You got one over in Lawrenceville too.
Dawood, Noah says she's gonna send me an itemized list.
Everything that's wrong with the
and it's gonna be biased.
Mom Duke says she like playing handball. Man, good night, everybody.
Now she like playing handball. I ain't never hear her talk about handball a day in my life.
Hey, it was just like Yana and whatchamacallit, what's her name? Your buddy.
Nicole?
Yeah. I ain't heard them talk about no handball until you and I start playing.
Yeah. In the middle of the staircase.
Call his phone, Kurt. We gone, man.
We gone.
I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. What up? When I was a little boy, I put my hood on my back. All eyes on me and nobody cut me no slack. While bowling up and down that cold money was all I thought. And daddy was selling drugs, so it made me say fuck sports. Him teaching me the game, felt like he was passing the torch. In front of projects, I jumped off the stoop, not a port. My OGs was my idols, not no Meech or Rick Ross. And remember, to be a boss, life was always the cause. I carry Christ on my back, that's why they call me the cross. And whenever shit was rough, I just hustle and stay my course. And every time I pull myself back on my feet, digging my cleats. Every step I take, rip up the streets. A gun in a vest, some money and weed is all I need. When I hit the block, my mama started losing her sleep. To love a nigga like me is really not for the weak. I became a villain after that 100 bullets ate up my Uncle G. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I'm hands on, my kids ain't raised by no iPad. I show up every day, if you a man, try that. Can't call yourself a man if you make a child and deny that.